Hey, 516, check-in report. Good evening, sir. Are you there?
Salute, Star. Salute.
Hey, man. Good to hear from you. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with the Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty thing, man.
Please.
I got to start with that. You know, I kind of feel bad for Gucci, man. You know, it seems like, you know, he's had a string of bad luck with like messing with new artists.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I feel like, you know, he's lost that dog in him. I feel like he's lost that. I mean, if this was the pop belly Gucci, drugged up Gucci, Pooh Shiesty would have got smoked. Pooh Shiesty would have been on the T-shirt if this was the toxic Gucci. And I think it's because, you know, respect to his wife. I think his wife is a good woman. You know, I think, you know, she's really got him on the right track, got his health, got him to prioritize his health, prioritize his mental state.
He's eating poached eggs now and sauteed asparagus in the morning. Yeah, all that fly shit.
That's a fact.
We got it.
That's a fact.
We got it.
That's a fact, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But you gotta understand, Star. If you're going to be in this culture, if you're going to, you know, do business with these types of people from this type of culture, I mean, you got to have that dog in you. Got to have that dog. I mean, if you're gonna intentionally go to some of the worst neighborhoods, find the most streetest rappers with the most hyped up credibility, you got to have some dog. And I think he lost that dog.
Yeah.
I think he lost that dog.
Let me jump in. I agree with everything you've said. However, you know, rap music, the genre of hip hop, even though hip hop technically is dead, but the genre, if you will, you know, it is now the glorification of ignorance. And maybe it's time that he gets out because he signed a lot of groups from Memphis over that. Well, I don't want to say over, but he had issues with Yo Gotti, yes? And didn't he sign a bunch of guys from Memphis? Was that like to get back at Yo Gotti? I don't remember the whole thing.
Yeah, he signed a bunch of artists, and a lot of them have lost their lives.
Right.
Some of them have wound up in jail. I mean, he's intentionally signing these guys that's, you know, really close to the street. Maybe he should find a K-pop group. Maybe he should find, you know, a nice little lily white girl from the suburbs. Get a pop act. You know, get out of the streets, man. Yeah. You're not the pop belly Gucci no more. Go find some Korean, you know, teenagers and go do a K-pop group. 1017 K-pop.
Let me jump in for a second. Again, I hear you, but I don't feel sorry for Gucci Mane. At some point, you know, you have to make that decision. Do you really want to, you know, continue to flourish amongst the lower tier? Or do you want to get out? Sometimes you got to get out. Get out. And if you're not going to be, you know, living that life, you know, and listen, all that old shit back in the days with him and Young Jeezy and him shooting and killing somebody. Nobody wants to keep repeating that. So he had to grow. And, you know, so I think it's time to move on. He's lucky he didn't get killed. Go ahead.
That's a fact. But I think that, you know, he's still selling a lifestyle. And that's the thing with a lot of rappers. They get caught up in selling a lifestyle. You're no longer in the neighborhood. You're no longer in the trap house. Yeah. You're no longer messing with the ghetto riffraff in the strip clubs. You're a man. You're a married man with a wife and kids. You live in the suburbs in the gated community. Get out of that life, man. Stop promoting it. Yeah. Change your life.
So can we agree? Can we agree that the young niggas caught the old niggas slipping? Caught them slipping.
Absolutely. Every dog has their day.
I'm not laughing at him, but, you know, sadly, nothing's going to change. This is not going to stop. It's never, ever going to stop when you try to mentor, you know, the disenfranchised or the ungrateful, because all these kids today are fucking ungrateful. When you try to, you know, steer them in the right direction, you know, I think you're asking for trouble. But go ahead.
I agree, and I think a part of Gucci respects it. I think part of Gucci respects the game. He respects that, you know, if I was still in his shoes, and, you know, if I was still that pop belly Gucci and I was in his predicament, I'll probably do the same thing.
Okay. Hey, man, do you care about the showrunner? Do single people give good advice? I was just using the Cam Newton, Kendra G interview as an example. I got another clip to play. You don't have to agree with me, but he seemed to be going at her, but he didn't have that energy for the other single person who was giving advice, Cheyenne Bryant. Is that her name?
Right.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Did you see that?
I haven't. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, right? Is that her name?
I think that's it. Go ahead. I'll Google it.
I haven't seen the clip, but in terms of single people giving bad advice, I think single people give the absolute worst advice. You should especially single women. Women never listen to a single woman. She is resentful. She is saying things that is going to hurt your marriage, your relationship, whatever you got going on. Do not listen. Single women give the worst advice on the planet. Single men give bad advice, but not worse than women. Women, they have the woman challenging everything in their life. Everything's wrong. Everything's going downhill. So yeah, I think single people give the worst advice. I would definitely say that.
Are you yourself single? Check-in report.
Yeah, I'm single. I'm single. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't try to assist friends or associates. You just let them do their own thing.
I assist, but I assist. But I tell my friends this. Listen, I'm not a married. Some of my friends are married. Some of my friends are in relationships. I say, listen, I'm not in your shoes. So, listen, I'm not a married man. If you're a married man, you got to do what's right for your marriage. You got to do what's right for your wife, man. Okay. You're committed to that woman. So I put that on the plate.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Salute.
Area code 470. Please watch the language. Good evening. Are you there? 470.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hey, what's going on, Star? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. How are you? It's cracking.
All right, I'm good. Big Sale calling from ATL. My first time calling in, man. Just want to make sure I have my phone right before I start talking.
Okay. Yes, sir. Where do you want to start?
Hey, Star, I want to put something in context real quick. Won't take too much of your time. When you think back to gangsterism, the whole street code, the culture of all of that, man, it goes way beyond Frank Lucas. It goes back to the Italians. Guns, all of that stuff was part of the culture of gangsterism, the code of the street, so on and so forth, right? Snitching didn't just start yesterday. Snitching didn't start with Frank.
This we know.
Started way back.
We've spoken about that, but can I ask you to bring it more so up to date right now, currently? Gucci Mane and that. I want to address the topic. I don't want to go all the way back, please.
Right.
Stay on topic.
Right. And I got you. It was just to put it in context, but I got you moving forward. So with that being said, so I was going to go with that. So when I look at Gucci Mane and people saying that if he snitch, if he tell, then he's not being a G. He's not a part of the streets no more. Well, here's the thing. The streets is whack, man. You got a family, you got a business to protect. What are you going to do? What do you consider more? Integrity, your life, your family, and what you got going on, or some street code that is whack and the people in the streets don't even care about you no way? You go to jail right now, the same dudes that's holding you accountable for being in the street will be the same ones trying to sleep with your moms. Won't help your mother across the street. Won't do a damn thing for you. Excuse my language. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to Gucci, I don't have no problem whether he's a citizen right now or whether he's still a street dude. At the end of the day, he's going to make decision what he feels is best for him. Because if he make it considering everything and everybody else when it comes to the streets don't consider him. The streets is what eventually take you under. I have no problem with the man making.
Can I jump in for a second, sir? Because I haven't even gotten to the part of, did he or didn't he, cooperate or, sign a complaint? I mean, I threw it out there, but, me personally, if he did the right thing. He's got a wife. He's got business investments. I don't know. Does he have kids? I don't know. Does he have kids?
I think he has a small child. I think. Don't want to quote. I think got a small child.
So at this point in time, he's a father, a husband, and you got to get away from all that street stuff. But the ignorance is always going to be there. We've already had the discussions about the Italians working with the authorities, ratting, and oh my goodness, we can go back to Nicky Barnes. But that's nonsense. You're right. Once you get to a certain point in time, it's time to grow up. So I don't want to come across as if I'm promoting he shouldn't have told. No, he did the right thing. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? not to go off course, but it's the same thing with the gang members, man. Not to go off course, just real quick. If you consider the people in the streets more than you consider your mom, you're whack. Your mother is the one that's going to come and put the money on your books. Your mom is the one going to cry. She's going to do that time with you. But yet you holding this code to the dudes in the street that once again, that's going to try to sleep with your baby mama, ain't going to come see you, ain't going to put no money on your books. So I think right now, with the thing that happened with 21 Savage and Thug who saying the streets is dead, coming up to Pooh Shiesty and Gucci right now, it's letting you know, man, that the streets is whack, is dead. It's time to grow up, whether you young, whether you old, and be accountable for what you got going on in your present life right now, man.
Yeah. Can I ask how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 55, Star.
Okay. Now, what about the savages, the degenerates who have very few options in life, and they only know kill or be killed, blood in, blood out? Not that I'm excusing their behavior, but what about them? You know, what you've just said, I mean, if they even live that long, you know, to get to that point where they can make or come to a rational understanding about life, what about them? We're always going to have to deal with them, yes?
Right. I'm very, very, very careful with my words, Star. And check it out. I do ride share part-time. Okay. And when I do get the young dudes in my car, and I don't like to preach, and I always start by telling them, I'll be like, yo, I ain't trying to preach to you, but if you can receive what I'm saying, whatever it is that you can tell me, to try to convince me that this is what you go through, I don't understand. I can tell you, young brother, everything that you do is a choice. Because even if you grow up in a certain environment and you grew up around certain people, if you got a phone and you got a TV, you saw something different than how you live. And how I know this to be true, I come from 3 hots and a cot. I come from caring parents. I don't have that story about not having nothing. I'd be the fool to say so. But the homies that I had that didn't have it, they wanted my life. And when they saw that I got out of alignment with my mom and the way I was raised, they looked at me like I was damn near crazy. Okay. Everything is a choice, man. These young dudes, they are making a choice to be ignorant. They're making a choice to be the N-word. And that's how they want to be all about this street code and trying to be impressionable amongst their peers, man.
Can I ask you before you go, you sound like a man of knowledge and wisdom, do single people give good advice? Based upon what I watched, and many people watched the Cam Newton, Kendra G interview. Any thoughts?
I think that they can give good advice if they don't try to play both ends of the spectrum like they know everything. I think that you should always speak from experience. If you have been married once upon a time and now you're single, then I feel like you have all rights to say what you want to say about it. But if you haven't been on the side of being married, then I think you should kind of keep your words kind of subtle and not be so quick to give advice and suggestions to people because you don't know that walk of life.
Okay, I appreciate the call. Thank you.
All right, so have a good one, bro.
Sir, thank you. Hey there, area code 619. Good evening. We're talking about Gucci Mane, robbed, beaten, pistol whipped, I would imagine, down there in the 214. Are you there? 619.
Yeah, I'm here, Star.
How are you, man? It's cracking.
I don't think they pistol whipped the nigga. I don't think they pistol whipped him.
I'm adding sauce, so go ahead. I'm adding sauce. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you gotta salt it up, but you know what? My question is to black people in general. Why don't we allow ourselves to grow up? You know what I mean? Like, Gucci Mane went through a phase that a lot of us went through. But you mentioned the man's a father.
Yeah.
He's older now.
He's a husband.
Most likely.
He's a husband.
He's a husband.
He's probably a vegan. You know, he's a Christian.
The nigga has real responsibilities.
Right.
He has something to lose. And most likely, the most important part is that 100% of his income is taxable. So he's supposed to call the authorities. And that's what a mature man would do.
Come on.
The nigga lost a 35-carat diamond ring.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think
could have lost his life? So we're on the same page, but now that's not the streets. Can we agree on that? That's not how this thing works, man. What you're saying, sounds hot. Come on.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that nigga ain't a street nigga. He a business owner. He not a street nigga anymore.
You're right.
So I mean, how hypocritical are niggas? On one side, we call it. Now I know for a fact I'm calling the nigga Pooh Shiesty. His new name Pooh Dummy. You a whole millionaire, yet you robbing niggas.
Come on.
You a millionaire, bruh. Why are you robbing niggas? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was your thought process behind that? Your pops, what was his thought process? Right.
His pops is probably 14 years older than him, if I had to guess. 14, 15.
I mean, but I mean, I from what I know, that from what I've heard, his pops has been through a lot. Supposed to be a stand-up, solid nigga. I mean, it just came out.
Hold on a second. So now, I think I had it twisted. So Pooh Shiesty's father is from Memphis, not from Dallas, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I thought he was one of those old school West Oak Cliff niggas. You ever heard that place in over there near Dallas?
Yeah, in passing, I heard of.
Good God Almighty.
Same everywhere though. Yeah, niggas the same everywhere though. Oak Cliff, Memphis, Florida, niggas is the same. You know, if you've been to one hood, you've been to 1,000.
Come on.
But what I'm saying is, like, niggas won't even allow themselves the chance to grow up.
Yeah. Yeah.
We the only culture where niggas won't grow up. I'm sick of it, man. Niggas, especially men. I finally that I'm on your platform. I hope I'm talking to every man, man. Yo, it's our fault, black man. It's our.
You make a whole lot of sense. But now, sadly, the genre of rap music, unless something really drastic or dramatic happens, it's going to continue the cycle of ignorance. Do you see any light at the end of the tunnel? You see any light?
Light. Any light at the end of the tunnel. The thing about rap is it's always imitated reality. So, you know, whatever is going on in, you know, day-to-day life, that's what you're going to hear in rap. And that's going to be that's what's going to speak to the people most, because, you know, most people, me myself, I'm, you know, pulled in by the authenticity of someone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I can get down with like drill rap now. I came from like the 80s, but like I can identify with drill rap because niggas ain't lying.
Yeah.
You know? And I can feel it in the music. So yeah, as for light at the end of the tunnel, man, niggas is dumb. They not educated. They don't want to be smart no more.
Can I throw you a curveball?
Like,
let me throw you a curveball.
Yeah.
If you ask
me, I don't think. Yeah.
If you ask me, the most dangerous period in the last 50 years of American society was the 80s. The 80s, the drug of choice, cocaine, of course, whether people were freebasing, smoking crack, what have you. If there were Instagram or YouTube back then, oh my goodness, we would have seen the lowest forms of humanity. Things got so bad they had to invent something called the club to put on the steering wheel to prevent people from stealing the whole goddamn car. Never mind stripping the goddamn car for parts as they did back in the 70s, but in the 80s, stealing the whole goddamn car. Now, the threat of war that came around, you know, back during the 80s, and we have a war now, an active war. Do you think that the draft or, you know, war itself, if we get some of these niggas up off the streets, you know, that may help shift things in terms of, as you already pointed out, art imitating life?
What do you mean by like a required draft? Kind of like
a draft. Get these niggas up off the streets. Send 100,000.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I'm all for that because that gives them structure, and that's really all a nigga need is structure.
Right.
A lot of times, like they've been led and they don't know how to step into being. They don't have any structure, especially. And I hate to say it, but I hate to say it. Coming if you were raised by a woman, a lot of times it's hard. You know, you mimic what you've seen in the household and you've been led by emotion.
Right.
But as a man, you could naturally step into order and structure, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of them niggas just need some order and some structure, and that's a beginning. That's at least, you know, a start.
I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Yeah, salute.
Panna, the Canna. What's going on with you, man? Good to hear from you. Panna.
Hey, what's going on, Star? How are you?
I'm good, man. But Gucci, man, robbed, choked out, supposedly hitting the head with a gun down in the 214. Let's talk about it, man. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it was an unfortunate situation, but keep Pooh Shiesty locked down for 15 to 20. Give Big 30, and give Dirt life. All them little YNs need to be locked up. How you gonna bite the hand that feeds you, even though the contract was still somewhat not in the favor of Pooh Shiesty? I mean, the man put millions in your hand, and honestly, you gotta blame Pooh Shiesty's dad. Pooh Shiesty's dad, if he orchestrated all this,
Yeah.
I mean, the foolishness started from somewhere. The foolishness, look, that's the proof in the pudding right there, that Pooh Shiesty's foolishness is orchestrated solely by his father. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's a dumb situation that these rappers or these young black men, like the last caller said, don't have any discipline or structure. Gucci Mane was smart enough to escape from his demons and better his life and say, hey, you know what? There's another side to this. I don't want to be locked up forever. Yeah, I'm a rapper, but I'm a businessman also.
Yeah.
Let me capitalize on the culture and make my life a better life for myself, my family, and set the example. Because I'm pretty sure he was setting the example for Pooh Shiesty, but that nigga was too dumb to realize it and went on a tirade and just crashed out. Crashed out necessarily doesn't have to mean what we see people just act foolishness, this and that, and yell. Crash out is just an example of foolish behavior. And Pooh Shiesty crashed out.
Yeah. Big
30 crashed out. It's on.
But now, hang on a second, Panna, and I'm not trolling. I'm not trying to be silly. Don't we love, people when they crash out? Don't we want to be entertained? Sadly, at my age, 61, I go to the Grand Report first thing in the morning. I don't go to WION or First Post or CNN. I go to the Grand Report. I want to be entertained. Don't you?
We all like the foolishness. I agree. And I mean, I don't know where Gucci's stance is on all this, but if you got,
you've already said where he's at. He's not the same person. I mean, good for him. He has evolved. But if you're still trying to profit off of the ignorance while you're walking around in Prada slides on marble floors and eating turkey bacon,
Yeah.
Hey, old nigga, something got to give. Sign this goddamn release, or else I'm gonna run up in your house and get to shooting the dog and the cat and pistol whipping everybody. That's how this works. Yes or no?
Nah, you agree. Gucci was fooled. Gucci was a plate. Pooh Shiesty saw an opportunity. It was fooled. So Pooh Shiesty had to eat. You know what I'm saying? Pooh Shiesty had to eat. But it's just unfortunate, just the mentality of these young black men that can't understand, like, hey, you know what? I'm a millionaire. Yeah, the contract really is in my favor. Let me make a few more hits. I can get out the contract. But the whole strong arming, like Suge Knight on Eazy-E, like, come on, that's played out, man. Like, in this day and age, with everything being monitored, like, you can't escape a crime like this. Like,
Pan, I gotta jump. I'm gonna let you land your plane. No, sir. That's never gonna be played out. Suge Knight, what he did, inviting Eazy-E to the studio, they jumped him, did whatever they did. Easy signed the release. Now this happened to Gucci Mane. He signed the release. This is going to keep happening. It's never going to stop. And I'm not trying to be silly, but at the same time, why can't we look at this as a teachable moment for those of us who are law-abiding citizens, hardworking taxpayers, and concerned citizens? Why can't we look at that and say, hey, that needed to happen?
Yeah, you raised some valid points. I mean, there's always two sides to every coin, so it did need to happen. So, I mean, I'm going to land my plane on, yo, you have a happy Easter tomorrow, man.
Yes,
enjoy it the best way you can.
Absolutely. Salute. Okay. I'm not trolling, but, for those of you who are believers, maybe this was God's work. God's work to show you, Gucci Mane riding around in all sorts of double R's and white seats, Still up in the videos with the goddamn chain. And how old's that nigga now, Gucci Mane, huh? Enough's enough. Area code 347, are you there? Good evening. 347.
Yes, hello.
Hey there.
Yeah, I just want to speak about the calls that's coming. What's going on with the consistency, man? Like, what's the difference between Alpo and Gucci Mane? Alpo was a killer. He snitched. He came home. People hated him. Gucci Mane, he was a killer. He robbed people. He just snitched. He identified Pooh Shiesty and his people. What's the difference? Everybody talking about he's a changed man. Alpo didn't get that grace. Jeezy didn't even get that grace the day of the verses. When he was smoking on Pookie Low, people told Jeezy to crash out.
Right.
Jeezy was a 42-year-old man. He was a taxpayer the same. He was the same way as Gucci. It was like,
are you going by the consensus, what you're seeing online? I want to be clear what you're saying. The consensus of people who appear to be giving Gucci a pass?
Basically the discourse around the situation is like, people are not being consistent, and I just don't respect it. I'm holding Gucci to the standard that he put out for years. Like, he made $1 million for telling people to go rob, go shoot.
Mm-hmm. See,
I'm 23 years old. Like, I'm young. I missed the Gucci Mane era. I grew up after that. So I really didn't get to catch the wave, but I'm still a music historian. I still go back and I listen.
Okay.
Gucci, he told me to rob and shoot people, so I'm holding him to his standard. He's a gangster. He was the biggest gangster of his time. So I don't want to hear this, oh, he's a taxpayer. No, I don't want to hear none of that. I'm holding him to his standard. He's a gangster. He snitched. He rapped.
If I can jump in for a second.
Yeah.
If I can jump in. You mentioned Alpo Martinez. Now, he was a killer.
Yeah, Alpo the rat.
Hang on. He was a killer. He was a rat. Gucci Mane is a rapper. Did he kill someone? Yes. But, technically it was in self-defense. So I don't understand.
No. There's a video, not to cut you off, but there's a video of Gucci Mane all wax talk about him robbing people in the studio.
Right. He
talks about him.
I'm up to speed on that, sir.
Shot.
But with regards to Alpo killing multiple people, and to my knowledge, Gucci Mane only killed that one person. So for the most,
to be honest, Alpo was irrelevant. I'm just saying, like, it's just people not being consistent is what I'm really trying to say. It's like, consistent.
Okay,
that's really all I have to say.
So you want people to stop with the fake love, I would imagine. For
yeah. Stop acting like Gucci Mane is some saint. Like, Gucci Mane, he was scummy, man. Like, Pooh Shiesty, he trusted him. He basically took him under his wing. Like, for example, let me put it this way. You know how that white coach coming to your mother's room talks about, oh, I'm going to take this kid. He's going to be the next big star of the college program. The kid ends up riding the bench. He redshirted him. He lied to your mother. He trusted him. Your mother trusted him. He put that trust in him. He backed it. He snitched.
Is there something to do with basketball? So I'm confused. Is this a basketball?
No. You know how usually, like, when a college recruit, they come to the home, they meet the parents.
Oh, no. I'm a high school dropout. That never happened to me.
All right. Yeah, forget that then. But still, like, basically, Pooh Shiesty trusted him. He looked at Gucci as a big brother. Oh. It basically felt like he snaked him.
Maybe that was the problem.
Situation. People are leaving that out. Nobody's mentioned that. The Big Scar situation, too.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, right after Big Scar died, Gucci Mane said he wanted the chain back. Okay. The family took that the wrong way. And the way how they handled the situation, that's a whole different lore within itself.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man.
People are leaving that out. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay. Area code 901, is that my homie tapping in with regards to Goku?
Yes, it is, sir. How you doing, man?
Please introduce yourself while I'm going to get your information for the screen. Go ahead.
Absolutely. This is Alton from Credit Wiz at GoCreditWiz.com.
Yes, sir.
Your resident Memphis native calling in.
You have the floor. Go ahead.
All right, man. This is the thing with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane is a multi-pronged situation. It's actually the art of war, and also Law 15 from the 48 Laws of Power: destroy your enemy completely. Pooh Shiesty is a pawn in the situation between Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane's long-standing beef.
Okay.
So back in the day, early 2000s, around 2006, 2008, Gotti and Gucci were really good friends. They ended up falling out because Yo Gotti was having a sexual relationship with Gucci Mane's now current wife.
Well, now hang on a second. Has that been confirmed? I don't want to just say that because
yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. Okay. She confirmed it, or that's just what they're saying on the internet? She confirmed this?
Yo Gotti confirmed it.
Okay, but she didn't confirm it. She didn't confirm.
No, she didn't confirm.
Let's be careful. I don't like to just throw things out there by way of, reckless disregard.
Allegedly.
Well, if that's what they're saying, okay. But now, with regards to where we are now, what do you think should happen or will happen?
I think the charges against Pooh Shiesty are going to get dropped. I think there are going to be 2 or 3 guys that were involved. There's 9 people charged. 2 or 3 of them are going to go down because they had like the cameraman's equipment with air tags in them if they're able to retrieve those items. But I think the bigger names involved in the cases, they're going to get dropped.
Okay. Do you want to see them get dropped, these charges?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, 2 days before the paperwork even came out, Gucci Mane was on the internet speaking about how if anybody in the streets ever tried him, that he would kill them the same way he's done it to somebody else. And then the charges were released, and it shows that he gave a statement to the police. Also, in the bond hearing, I think it was Friday, the judge requested what evidence did they have against the 9 people that have been charged, and they asked them, was there any video evidence? And they said no. So the only backing for the charges is going to be victim testimony. So if nobody shows up, the charges have to get dropped. I think Pooh Shiesty could possibly face a probation violation, but it would have to be tied to a new conviction. Outside of that, there's no camera footage of him holding a firearm, in possession of a firearm, using a firearm to do any of the things that were alleged in there. Everything is hearsay. The police officer that was Gucci's bodyguard, he can only give a testimony. He's only sworn to testify on crimes that he witnessed. Right. And based on the indictment, he was in the lobby. He wasn't present. So the area where all these things took place, where they had the guns on them based on victim testimony, there's no video or photographic evidence to back those. So I think that the charges are going to get dropped.
Hold on a second, Alton.
Profile.
Hold on a second. TMZ said that, TMZ.com, not that I'm giving them so much credit, but they said that there's video footage of the robbery. TMZ is saying that. Go ahead.
The DA said that it's not. They said that they don't have video footage of it because in that recording area where they were located, there were no cameras.
Okay, so you want to see the charges dropped because what? You think Gucci Mane had it coming to him, or you just don't want to see Pooh Shiesty go down?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think Pooh Shiesty outperformed his initial contract with 1017. Okay. He's related to Big Scar. Gucci Mane had falling out with Big Scar's family in 2022 over how he handled, the finances regarding his death and requesting 1017 merchandise back, like chains and bracelets. And that's Pooh Shiesty's blood cousin. And I tell my children all the time, there's no expiration on disrespect. So if Pooh Shiesty felt disrespected on how he handled his family in that trying time, then hey, it's going to be no holds barred with how you rectify that.
Okay, well, listen, I'm just here to try to get an understanding as much as I can, but this is not like consuming my life. Yo Gotti no longer dates Angela Simmons, right?
Correct.
Were they married or they were just dating for a long time? I kind of like that union. I don't know why. They looked good together. I mean, call me crazy, but were they ever married?
Yeah. No, they weren't married. They just dated for a while.
Okay. And how does Mo 3 play into this? Was he ever a part of this whole clusterfuck? You remember Mo 3? They caught him on the
I remember Mo 3. He was alleged to be looking at CMG for management around the time of his death. That's the only relation I've heard of him to the...
Pardon me for smiling, folks, but hold on a second. Was Mo 3 connected to Yo Gotti? Because he got out the car and was running on the highway and they caught him lacking. Was he connected to Yo Gotti, or was he Pooh Shiesty's team or something?
No, Mo 3 was looking to get new management. He was under rainwater, and he was alleged in talks with CMG to join their camp. And I think that's why Pooh Shiesty was adamant about trying to get out of his contract with Gucci Mane so that he could sign the CMG. If you look up Pooh Shiesty's FDO video, you'll see that they spelled out CMG on the table with money, but it's like for a split second. And they show it a few times. He has a CMG tattooed on above his eyebrow now. And that's indicative of Yo Gotti's label. Whoa. And his father and Yo Gotti have had a relationship where Gucci Mane wasn't paying him correctly off the money that he was generating. He was kind of financing that as a funnel and also an incentive. So if you got somebody outperforming that initial contract and Gotti saying, hey, this is where you're getting jerked here, and you can do better here, come on over. All you have to do is get out of your contract. Hey, he's going to go to the means in which he's familiar with to get out of said contract.
Guys, I'm talking to Alton, www.gocreditwiz.com. I want to make sure you guys know that this man can assist you in my community section. There's a banner that will take you to his platform. Alton, before you go, so with regards to, again, everything that has been transpiring and where we are now, you don't think Gucci Mane is going to press charges? He's just going to let it go? And can the state pick up anything? That I don't know.
The initial charges are state charges. The Fed picked it up because they were traveling. There were people who traveled from Tennessee to Texas. I do think that Gucci is going to drop the charges. I don't think that he's going to pursue it. And if they did go to trial, if they went to grand jury and grand jury elected to move forward, I don't think that he would show up because it would damage his brand. And it would also, he signed street artists. What street artist would want to sign with somebody who's been publicly humiliated and then cooperated?
Gotcha.
He would have to sign gospel or country singers or something.
Got you. Hey, man. Okay. Please promote your platform. Tell folks what you have got going on and how they can benefit by contacting you.
Hey, this is Alton at GoCreditWiz.com. GoCreditWiz on all social media platforms. If you have any inaccuracies, late payments, bankruptcies, child support, anything negative affecting you on your credit report, please reach out to us for a free private consultation. We'll let you know how we can remove it, give you a real world timeline, and we have real results that last. We're not a template company. So, hey, if you have any questions on where to start, please reach out to us. We're going to be more than happy to help. Thank you for your time, Star.
I appreciate you, man. Salute.
All right, my man.
Yeah. Area code 313. Good evening. Are you there? Please watch the language. Talking about Gucci Mane robbed in Dallas. Are you there?
Happy Easter Star to you and all the loved ones.
Absolutely. I don't really celebrate that, but go ahead. What's cracking? Detroit Ziggy.
Star, Star, I have to be selective on who I criticize.
Come on.
Star, we talk about major labels, and the ones that come into your mind, I would imagine, the big ones, Star, like Columbia and Sony, Elektra, and how they treated their artists in the past, and taking advantage of them. And today, I look at these major labels, and the majority of them are owned by African Americans. Star, I look at, you mentioned CMG and Bad Boy Records, Death Row, Star, and Cube Vision. Star, has anybody capitalized off the African American working man more than Ice Cube? And I watched.
Are you asking me? Because I like for people to talk, but you're talking about subsidiary labels, not the powerhouse corporations that the subsidiaries are under, or I'm confused. Who are you talking about?
Well, no, Star. I mean, who is Rap-A-Lot under?
Well,
Ice Cube doesn't report to anybody. That's Cube Vision, right?
Well, you have Republic, you have Universal, you have Sony. Those major corporations are not owned by black people. Detroit City, they're not. To be clear.
Okay, Star.
To be clear.
Never. Okay, correct. I am making a comparison now. Okay, you just mentioned Leor Cohen, correct?
Somebody in the live chat, they mentioned Leor. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So again, I mean, we have to see how the owners again, does Gucci Mane owns his own label, correct?
Yes, to my knowledge, yes. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't know if he owns the controlling interest, but he owns his label. Go ahead.
Okay, and he has artists under him, correct? So he is treating these artists just like your small hat would be treating a different artist somewhere else, correct?
I'm letting you speak, but I want to understand your point. Your point is what now?
Well, I am saying that you can be exploited by your own kind, and it's happening more within the industry, Star. Music is dying, Star. All I'm seeing is violence now, connected to hip hop. Hip hop within the genre it's really dead right now. The last 90 days, into this new year. So, I mean, all I see is, the arguments going on and all these major artists, they're fighting. But it seems like it's so segregated. But we always talk about white supremacy and small hats, but yet the black man is being exploited, like Pooh Shiesty and all these other rappers who get a $50,000 check. Yeah, but they have to produce $1 million worth of content, right? So that I'm making a point where people are getting exploited by everyone. It's not a selective group.
Okay, but now hang on a second, Detroit Ziggy. I need you to bring it back to what we're talking about. Gucci Mane robbed in Dallas. I can appreciate everything you've said about people being exploited. It happens in rock and pop and jazz and bluegrass as well. People sign these contracts. They allow other people and or entities who have the controlling interest to exploit them. But let's get back to Gucci Mane. Have you ever, some of his music? Yes, his craft, his message. No.
Yes, it's extremely violent. Correct. Yep.
It's art. It's art.
It's for the culture. It is, it's and art. Guess what? Yeah. That culture repaid him this year. The same stuff he was talking about was sent right to his doorstep. Robbing people, setting them up, jacking them, and all that. It just happened to you. So I mean, what goes around comes around.
Okay, there you go. I think that's your point. What goes around comes around. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, no. I want to be clear.
Again, Star. I think hip hop is dying off fast.
I think it's dead.
It is dead. And I'm going to make I think I'm going to make a prediction, Star. You mentioned like Third Base and Beastie Boys. I think the white boys might take over the hip hop game. And it could easily happen real quick because nobody even wants to go to your events anymore. They're too violent. It's easy. Everybody knows what's going to happen, right? But it's that the culture, your hip hop culture is easily predictable, right? You like you said, the tension is there, Star. Perception is everything. Pooh Shiesty deserves an oven, and I think that's why the feds got on in his case.
Hang on a second. Let me just jump in for clarity. Detroit Ziggy, the big three major record labels, Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Warner Music Group. Those are owned by the white boys, to be clear. That's who owns it.
Okay, but we're not talking about white culture tonight, Star, and we never do. This is a black issue. Among blacks, among Gucci Mane, among Rap-A-Lot Records. I mean, how good is Rap-A-Lot down in their community? Right? How is Bad Boy? What's Bad Boy done for hip hop artists or Rockefeller? How's Memphis Bleak living right now? Right? How did Suge Knight treat Snoop Dogg? Right. He had to go down south.
Okay. I think I understand your point, but can we wrap it up, Detroit Ziggy? Your point is well taken.
Yeah.
You want to comment on the showrunner? Do single people give good advice? Are you married or single? I never asked you that, did I?
No, I believe Sigma males give the best advice, and those are the ones that ride alone, single, and are happy and look vibrant like you do, like I do, and live a long life. Okay. Those are the smart ones.
Salute.
Yep. Happy Easter to all the troll babies.
Happy Easter. Okay. Area code 718. Is that Cat late night? Cat.
Hey, sir.
Hey, girl. Good to hear from you. What's going on with you?
I'm good, but I don't know if anybody's, because I've been listening on and off since you've been on.
Okay.
If anybody's addressed Gucci Mane is paranoid schizophrenic.
Good point. Is he on medication? I think he said something.
Yes, he's on medication.
Come on.
Yes, he's on medication.
Okay.
Keisha Kaur, his wife, keeps him medicated.
Okay.
Because he's mentally bipolar.
Okay.
And paranoid schizophrenic. And she's discussed how he has threatened her in the past and different things. They were on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I guess people don't. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what Pooh Shiesty. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm like an old lady now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, when I heard it, I'm like, oh, wait. So Gucci Mane, because he's like a little mentally ill. Like, I'm just wondering what's going on. But yes, Gucci Mane is diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic, and he's bipolar.
Okay. I don't know Pooh Shiesty's catalog, nor do I care. It's just a trending story. But that makes a lot of sense, what you just said. I didn't see that particular interview with him on the Breakfast Club. I heard about it, but okay. So if he's on meds and he's got the wrong people around him and he's walking into situations as he just did with Pooh Shiesty and his father and company, maybe it's time to get out of the rap game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you're hanging out in the studio. I mean, well, first of all, you're a multi-millionaire, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So there should be cameras on every level within the property. But so if your prior callers are saying certain things didn't have cameras, I don't know what's going on. But and I really didn't even know. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know who Pooh Shiesty was. I kept hearing about the Pooh Shiesty mask.
Right.
I know what
a lot of these guys come and go. Going back to the SoundCloud rappers, it's hard to keep up with these guys. And honestly, I don't.
Yeah, like I
don't want to know their catalogs like that. They're just content. But okay, so with respect to what you just said, yeah, maybe it's his time. He's got a lot going on mentally, and now he's food. He's literally a victim now. So do you think that he should try to follow through with some charges or file a lawsuit against Pooh Shiesty's, I don't know, a state or whatever to make that contract this time stick? What do you think?
I don't know, but my ex-boyfriend is paranoid schizophrenic, and it's like torture. Like we're still friends, and I pretty much take care of him. And it's torture dealing with him sometimes because he's paranoid and he thinks that people are after him. Right. So I don't know what Gucci's thing is, you know, like we don't know.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? And
back in the days, Ozzy Osbourne told Sharon Osbourne one time he got so high, he said, "We have decided it's time for you to die."
Yeah, no.
And she said he chased her and he finally came down off the drugs. She said, "I was scared for my life." He said, he was talking about the voices in his head. "We have decided it's time for you to die." He said that to his wife, Sharon Osbourne. Go ahead.
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend, sometimes he'd be like, he goes, "I want to die. You should just come with me." I'm like, "No, you just go by yourself."
Shit.
Yeah, it gets scary.
Okay.
So,
Kat, I need you.
I'm just saying.
I need you. You're single, yes, and you're in your early to mid 50s. I forget. You're a woman.
I'm 50. I'm 53 and a half.
Okay, a woman of a certain age. Do single people give good advice? That's the question. I've been playing these videos with Cam Newton and Kendra G. I like the discussion that they had, but it just seemed like he was being a little hard on her. What do you think, Kat?
I'm sorry. I should have listened to the Kendra G interview. I normally listen to Cam's interview, but I'm not really into Kendra G, so I didn't get a chance to listen to what they were talking about.
Well, never mind them. Just the question itself. Do single people give good relationship advice to others? Single people.
I think yes. I think that anyone can give good advice as long as they're coming from a positive place. If you're looking from the outside in and someone is confiding in you and telling you what's going on, and you can see clearly, like, okay, so tell them, nothing to change, not telling them to do anything drastic, but it's like, okay, of course they can see it without any, as long as they're not being biased or anything. It's like, yeah.
Great to talk to you, Kat.
Okay, talk to you later. Good night.
Bye now. Area code 778. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 778.
Shalom. Tapping in. What's happening, Star?
Oh,
it's Joseph.
Joseph, what's up, man? What's going on?
Back from the dead, baby boy.
How you been?
I've been good, man. Working a lot, staying busy. Staying busy, man. I think I have mommy fatigue now, so I'm just laying low.
Okay.
Working a lot. But
got a few topics.
It's a beautiful day.
Topics on the table. Where do you want to start? Let's get right to it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day to kick a Nation of Islam members back in, and that's what I'm exactly here to start the show off with.
Come on.
I'm not saying more. I enjoyed. I probably watched that video 100 times, and I was giggling like a little boy watching it. I've never. Listen, I can tell you a fun fact, Star. You know the movie Bronx Tale?
Of course.
The movie Bronx Tale, the director actually said the term wasted talent came from Jay Electronica's career. He actually listened to Jay Electronica's album, and that's where he got the term wasted talent from, because that's exactly what Jay Electronica is. An amazing artist who's a bum, a bona fide scrub who gets glorified like he's some... Listen, Erica...
Well, now, hang on a second. Yosef, you're calling from Canada. You're a Jew. You wear that on your sleeve. Jay Electronica, Nation of Islam, and he used to have bar skills. I don't know what he's been doing as of late, but did it take him 20 years to put out his debut album?
Yeah, so basically, like, what had happened was when his career kind of first came out in like mid 2000s, because I remember his career was around. Do you remember? When there was that big rap beef, it was like Control, and it was like Kendrick Lamar and all those rappers, and everybody was like going on the beat. Jay Electronica was a part of that. I remember that. And I remember he was around in like the 2007s, because that was around like the Mickey Fax and the Charles Hamiltons and the Backpack Raps. He's been around for a minute. And listen, this is the objective perspective.
Come on.
Like I've said before, Charles Hamilton, one of my favorite rappers, wasted talent, a bona fide scrub. How do you mess the money up? It's like Jay Electronica. I was going to buy a ticket to go see him perform, but he couldn't even get in the country. And it's
Let me jump in for a second. Now, the reason why I mentioned you, not to, expose you or anything, but you listen to a lot of rap music, pretty much. Mainly rap music.
All types.
Yes.
All types.
So you know what you're talking about. You've called in and spoken in length about Dipset and a whole lot of other stuff. So is he okay? I don't want to accuse him of being, on any type of substance or anything, but wasn't that him who I saw years ago in the back of some car with the sunglasses? It was at night with the sunglasses on, and he kept spinning the hat around. He was out of it or something.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. When I first listened to Jay Electronica's music, I was like, wow, this guy's really saying some interesting stuff. I want to know more about him. So I went and watched the interview with him, and I don't even think it's as much. I know he probably had a problem with the bottle, nothing too major, but I almost feel like he's like a savant heavy, autism, and he's because when you watch him in interviews, he can barely even form his words. It's actually kind of interesting, but when he gets on the mic, it's like as clear as day, at least, when he's recording. But I heard from some people that saw him, I think somewhere in Cali and Oakland, someone was saying what had happened with the performance was he didn't even have the performance track. So I think he was just trying to rap over the song, and it just the mix and everything, and it was sounding awful. So he probably
he had an off night.
Acapella.
He had an off night.
Yeah, and the production value of the show was this is the nail in the coffin for his career, because it was like this could have been a great comeback if he came back and did an amazing tour and got fans back interested. and put out an album, but it's like you never put out an album. It doesn't matter how good you are. Go do the work. Like, you know, you had Jay-Z on every single song on your debut album, and you still flopped. That's like, that's crazy. The most bona fide scrub behavior. And even, and I know I'm going to sound like the biggest hater because, you know, I'm a small hat, but still, like, come on, man, like, get it together. Like, how did you mess this up? Like, this is like, hey, I'm schwitzing right now. How much money you've lost? You can actually hear the Jewish in my voice coming out. Like,
okay. Hey, man,
man,
good to hear from you. Before you go, you have to speed on the whole Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane dilemma, and Pooh Shiesty's dad.
Oh, that's another great one. I love that one. I mean, you can't just, you know, Gucci Mane killed someone 20 years ago. Now it all caught up to him. Now, Gucci Mane. Listen, I love watching these people who promote degenerate culture fall off. It's like the best thing in the world to me. I actually enjoy. I live for it. I put my matching polo pajama set and watch this stuff on my TV, and I live for this star.
Well, now hang on a second. His father, I have no proof, but I've seen in a couple of videos that they're claiming he's a CI. Any truth to that, or do you not know? Confidential informant?
No. I mean, who knows? I mean, like, confidential informant in the idea that he just cooperated, or he was in it from the get-go.
I gotta say, allegedly, I don't know, but supposedly he's he's very well connected, and he got bond, and people are talking. But hey, man, I appreciate you, Yosef. Good to talk to you.
Anytime, Star. Anytime. Shalom.
Salute. Shalom. All right. Hey, area code 832. Good evening. Please watch the language. 832, you there?
Star, what's going on, man? I've been a huge fan forever. And I just want to say, you know, I'm the rap museum, so I have the biggest rap collection in the entire world. But I just want to call in and just talk about Jay Electronica if I could.
Please, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Jay, and, you know, he actually texted me not too long ago and just said peace because he saw one of my collection pieces on my Instagram.
Okay.
But I just want to say that Jay Electronica, he's a different kind of cat. You know, I think him, Killer Priest, Kambada, K. Reno, those guys are a little different. They think differently. They see the world differently. Yeah. He's just a little different kind of cat. And I like the last caller said, I wanted somebody to just say boo in his face, see what he was going to do, but that wasn't the case. But he's just interesting. If you listen to his music, you can really see how interesting this cat is. But he's a lyrical MC, big time. But I would just say that he's just a little different.
I'm so glad you called because I don't want to slander him. I mean, I'm very, very conscious of, you know, people who came out the gate once upon a time, and everybody, you know, doesn't have the same drive after a while. Sometimes people get a little taste of success and they say, you know, there's too many fake and phony people, and it's not where I want to, you know, be in life. So I can respect that. So with what you just said, he's different. Is music still his focus, or does he just do shows to, you know, get a couple of dollars and keep his name out there? What is his mission right now?
I think his mission is honestly to look at the world, just to teach the world. You know, he's big on, you know, Islam and those kind of things. And I just think he just really want to teach the world because if you think about it, he's a really intellectual cat. I mean, the guy is super duper intelligent. I mean, like I said, him, Killer Priest, a guy named Kambada, K. Reno, those guys, they're just see the world totally different. Right. And their lyrical prowess is just unmatched. Yeah. And so, you know, they just, when they feel any slight of disrespect, especially to their craft or to their art, they feel a certain way about it. And I just think they really, he was just really hurt by it more than anything, more than anything. I think he was just hurt by it, just to be honest with you.
Now, there's more to the video that I played. Did he put hands on anybody, or just got out there and got people's faces?
No, he got in their face. He talked about, say, boo in my face, and then he started rapping, and, you know, he just did what he did. And then I know he did another show in Boston the next day, and they loved it. They loved the acapella thing. So I think the thing about it is just that he just, like I said, he's a little different. You know, he's a little different, especially, you know, he talked about conspiracy theories, aliens, and all this kind of stuff. So his music is very, very eclectic, I will say. You got to look at it from a different point of view, his music, because he talks about aliens, conspiracies, the spaceships, and all those kind of things. But he's a very intellectual cat. Okay. And I just think he just had a bad day. That's what I just think.
I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Area code 786. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 786.
How you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing, Star?
Hey.
Pat, from Charleston, South Carolina.
Hey, man.
Living in Miami right now.
Okay, what's going on with you, sir?
Yeah, the Offset story. I was going to touch on the. I'm a defense contractor. I was going to touch on the war real quick, but I did want to comment on the Offset. Remember last year, they depleted the cabinet that decides what targets the military can target during war, and it went from like 200 to 40, and that was last year. So they've been lining Iran up. The caller who said that they're letting us, go ahead, take your best shot and just we're playing with our food right now.
Okay.
And he's lining them up. When they sent those two groups, the specialized Marine groups over, one is enough, but he sent 2 tacticals and over 30 ships. He's about to drop the hammer on them. They're roaches. They're towel head wearing roaches, Star, and it's time to take them out. Drop the gas prices, up the guns, and let them blow.
I want to see it. But in my age right now, I want to see some action. I mean, like, Trump's been talking the talk. Let's get busy. This is who we are.
Yeah. We're about to see it go down. We've developed these expensive weapons. All this, like, we were shooting the MP5s.
Yeah.
12 years ago when I wanted in the training. Like, we have toys we haven't got to use yet, and it's time to use them. We're about to blow them off the face of the earth, and I'm happy to see it.
Now, this would also entail civilians. Are you okay with that?
Yes, and that's why I think they depleted the group to decide the targets, because they knew we're bombing things that they want us to bomb. But if we start aiming at those homes and infrastructures where we know that the high-ranking targets and possibly the weaponry that they don't show, like on a radar or whatnot, because it's civilian structure, we can't hit them. But now, if this goes through and this deadline ends, like, yeah, you're gonna start dropping bombs on babies and women. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is inevitable, but it is what it is. I got to still use my iPhone, Star, so I'm with it.
Come on.
And get my Starbucks. But about the Offset, he's the same one out the Migos they said had the gambling problem. I remember this.
I don't know. Quavo is the one that was kind of nice in football, right? I saw him throwing a football years ago. Is it Quavo or?
Yeah, he's the athlete. He's the athletic.
The hater misses nothing. Come on.
And this nigga just gambles all his child support money away. He needs to find something better to do, man. It's going to end bad for him. I see it. It's already ending bad.
Well, hold on now. Can you speculate? What do you know that casino where he was at? I mean, how could they get that close to him, or was he drinking and sloppy and
He's the one with the gambling problem. He's in place because there was a camera. I remember a video like last week, some fan like harassed him, and it was him. He's always by himself. That's a sign of either an alcoholic, a person with a gambling problem, or both. If you don't have security,
he thinks shit is sweet.
Risk.
He thinks shit is sweet.
Yeah, he's a liability risk, so he never has security.
Okay. Hey, man.
But I enjoy your shows.
Thank you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Peace. Area code 415. Good evening. We're talking about a few topics. Are you there? 415.
John Blaze on the check-in.
Hey, man. Good to hear from you. What's cracking, John Blaze?
Hey, I just wanted to tap in with regards to Iran. Tomorrow will be big news, and that's going to be the fact that Trump is going to cower. He's not going to risk boots on the ground. He's not going to risk deaths of Americans.
Okay.
What he is going to understand that Iran refusal to seek a ceasefire. Now, Iran leaders made it clear that they are not going to seek a ceasefire. They actually have the prospect of a long war. Now, Iran's military has a doctrine that emphasizes the endurance rather than a rapid victory. The country reportedly decentralized command structures and regional networks, and you just recently talked about the asymmetric warfare capabilities. They are designed to extend conflicts over time. Now, people don't understand Iran is a huge country. Now, we're not old enough to remember the Vietnam War. People want to say, well, we can go in there, we can destroy the country. We can go ahead and, because America is great, we have the nuclear capabilities. But what you are not prepared for is the the approach that Iran has in terms of the historical examples of the asymmetric conflict in which weaker actors seek to exhaust stronger opponents through a prolonged warfare. Now, that's from Vietnam to Afghanistan. These are strategies that demonstrated that military superiority does not necessarily guarantee a rapid victory. Right. Trump is going to cower and tuck his tail. He's going to disappoint Americans. And the reason why is because the United States does not have the ability to fight a theater over in China, a theater over in Ukraine. We do not have that ability. We do not have the ability to fight a three-war conflict. Now, Russia has an indirect strategic beneficiary of this conflict. You know, Russia is not directly involved in the war. The crisis may produce significant strategic advantages for Moscow. Rising oil prices increase revenues for Russia energy sectors to which we actually put sanctions on. Now, Russia is going to actually increase their ability in terms of staying in the marketplace, the economic marketplace. Now, the strategic distraction and the Ukraine war, that's going to create conflicts. Trump tomorrow will tuck his tail. He is not going to put boots on the ground. What will happen is that the 50,000 Marines that was talked about, that me and you talked about about a week ago on the card, was it the particular island in that particular area? They will be sitting ducks. That's not going to happen. People have to understand, if the war happens, if the war that is going to be prolonged, you are correct. Israel will be prepared to use a nuclear weapon, because the enriched uranium to which they want to get their hands on, that will increase their ability to have on that nuclear.
John Blaze, can I jump in?
You see what I'm saying?
Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
Listen,
Yes, sir.
I just regurgitated a small scrap of information. I wasn't even clear on the uranium. So that's a thing? That is something that they're in seek of? I wasn't sure.
It's not that they're in seek of, it's what they actually have possession of.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you're a country that has the ability to produce all the nuclear material, and nuclear material is produced for energy. Okay. You would produce the nuclear material just to have nuclear power. Right. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you have, as a country, the ability to create nuclear plants, you also have the ability to create a nuclear weapon. And that's what Israel did in 1940, to which they got their hands on the nuclear weapon. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, you are correct. Israel has that strategic defense. You see what I'm saying? Israel's nuclear doctrine is shaped by its small geographic size and is concentrated in a population to which the historical threats is going to gear them towards to using that nuclear weapon. That is just in case. They call it the dead hand. If anything that interrupts their ability to continue their existence, they're blowing the whole thing up, man. All of the Middle East is done, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep it real. Tomorrow, Trump will tuck his tail. Okay. He is requesting for them to make a deal, because he knows that Iran, I'm sorry to correct enunciation, has the freaking air defenses that actually can shoot down planes. Now, that was demonstrated with the planes, the two that was shot down. Right. Iran's air defenses can be successful across all boards in that country. With people, the problem is that the media will fool a lot of the viewers in what I also want to repeat, the manufacturing of consent of those who will watch the MSNBCs, who will watch the CNNs and the Fox and believe all that BS that they telling you. Iran is not a sucker in the Middle East. They have the ability, the objective specifically, they can threaten non-stealth aircraft, drones, cruise missiles. Iran has the ability to force their attackers to fly complex routes to extend the standoff and weapons, to which that is what's going on now. Right. You see what I'm saying? See, the problem is... Go ahead, Big Nigga.
I was just going to say, I will be wishfully hoping tomorrow that some shit pops off, because
I'm just keeping it real.
Right, I know, but
I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
Trump has been talking too spicy. It's put up or shut up. But good, yeah, land your plane, sir. Okay.
I'm gonna land my plane right here. He's talking too spicy because there is a strategic distraction, and his strategic distraction is based off the vulnerabilities of the global technology supply chains. It's just not the strait itself. People think that the strait is closed with just 2 doors. No, they're closed because Iran has the military capacity to blow any ship that goes through that strait. Why hasn't America sent its aircraft carriers through the strait? Right. Because they know that we'd be sitting ducks. Now, like I said, he's going to go in front of the press and say there was a deal that was made. Because right now, the concern is the rise in energy prices and the political pressure. It has nothing to do with America's military might because, like I said, our biggest concern is China. Our second concern is Russia. Iran is not an issue because we're fighting this war on the behalf of the small hats and the dude who won't go in front of the cameras, who we both think is a cook and he's buried about 6 feet deep. So, hey, I ain't going to hold you up, man. Great discussion. Yes, I just wanted to chime in, big nigga.
Thank you, John Blaze.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. There he is, my guy, CVR. How are you, man?
Yo, what's up, Star? Yeah, you saw the email, homie. You already know. Yeah, I'm over here in Jacksonville right now, man. What the deal?
I didn't see any emails. I just came back and I saw your name in the queue. What's going on? You sent me an email about what?
Oh, word.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm over here in Jacksonville, man. And you know what happened? Was it 2 times ago when I was up in Jacksonville? You know what I mean? When I got put in the hospital in Jacksonville. Right. So I'm out here right now, man. I'm chilling though. I just came back from like a wrestling event, man. They did Ring of Honor, so yeah, I just came back up over here. Okay. I got some articles I'm gonna be doing on those episodes, so they're gonna be having me on the TV for like the next like month, basically, because they did bulk taping.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you calling in about? What are you calling about?
Well, it looks like we calling in about the Trump situation, man. So the Trump situation, man, hella goofy. Super uncouth for Trump, you know what I'm saying, to go and do all that. I'm glad I don't vote, you know what I mean? It's just foul, you know what I mean? Like,
so you're part of the problem, not part of the solution, CBR. You're part of the problem.
Well, I don't believe that I'm part of the problem because I was born in this system. I'm not chosen to create it. I'm out of a bloodline that could go and create it or that could go and shift it. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if I actually did contribute with voting, then I would be part of the problem there because then I'd be brainwashed. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting my energy to the political show. So I do see it as a form of entertainment. It was just interesting to see, Trump actually go and like use the Twitter thing needs to stop. This dude's like 80 years old, man. You know what I mean? He needs to sit down. This is why I firmly believe that all of our elected officials should be 40 to 60 years of age. Oh. This is really bad.
Can I jump in, CBR? Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
Well, to be precise, he's on Truth Social. He's got his own platform. And, he became president by, doing the most. Is he uncouth? Absolutely. Is he a maverick? Yes. I just want to see him do what he says he's going to do. Now, if he's going to, get busy in Iran, then by all means, get busy. But I don't want to see him pump faking. Somebody's got to die. We've had those conversations before. Somebody has to die for this freedom. We have to make choices, not all the time good choices, but hey, if you're going to keep talking about crashing out, well, goddamn, crash out. That's where I'm at. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, but these dudes ain't really dying for the freedom that you're talking about. They're really just dying for oil, and there are so.
I'm okay with that.
Really, just
I'm okay with that.
Energy. I'm personally not okay with that because there's so many different ways that we could use hydro energy, air energy without having to go and bleed the earth dry of its blood.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? It's really goofy, in my opinion. When I was a kid, Bush was president. You know what I'm saying? So I'm totally against the whole oil thing. I don't even got a car at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I really ain't, pushing.
Are you old enough to be drafted, CBR? How old do you have to get?
I'm 30 right now, homie. So, yeah, I would be old enough to be drafted. As a matter of fact, I signed up multiple times. I graduated from the university system, so I've been in the selective service.
Nice.
But they kept denying me because of the tattoos on my hands and on my neck. I'm from LA, so you already know we get blasted at like an early age. It's like a it's like ritual out there. So yeah, they kept denying me because of my tattoos. So even if so I'm like, yo, would the military want to lift that ban now all of a sudden? Like, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Plus, from what I'm hearing from the Black Authority, Trump's not about to go and push like a draft or anything like that, because then his complete supporting base would then crumble under that. You know, he has a lot of people turning on him right now, and I believe it's justifiable. But in my opinion, with this U.S. government, hell, it's a reason why I'm not a part of the military, because my first tattoo was the anarchy tattoo. I think there needs to be an entire overhaul of the U.S. system, personally.
Now, CVR, with all due respect, that's the only reason why you're saying that you've been rejected for, any type of armed forces tattoos? That's what you're claiming?
Yes. Yeah, tattoos on the neck, tattoos on the hands. I've been to every single,
well, hang on a second now. Are your tattoos any type of gang affiliation? Maybe that's the reason.
Nah, ain't none of that. But yeah.
You are from L.A. Hold on. You are from L.A., right?
Yeah. I'm mad at it. No, I don't. Mm-hmm. Yo, I have no idea. Yo, Star. Yo, this red.
I'm letting you talk. I'm just, let's slow it down now. So you're from L.A. You're from L.A. Ever since you've been calling my show, you've been on the run from state to state to state. Not
on the run, just trying to get money.
Did you drop your flag and you had to get out of Dodge? Keep it real. You drop your flag?
That I had to get out. Nah, man, no, not that, dog. Hell no, man. I ain't did no banging since I was a little teenager, man. I was 16 years old, and I messed around, and they had to move.
So, baby, did the nigga drop his flag and he's on the run?
Nah, ain't none of that, Star. Come on now. Hell no.
I don't know you. I don't know you like that, man. But okay. So,
well, you find it out tonight, Star. You find it out tonight.
Okay. Well, now listen. Now, do you vote on a local level? You vote on a local level.
The last time I voted was for Biden, dude. I was in South Dakota at the time. I was living out there. Last time I voted was for Biden. I would never vote again, dude. I've been bamboozled. When my first time I voted for Clinton. Second time I voted for Biden. Never again. But after I found out as much as I found out about the U.S. government and just how shifty it is, I can't support this bird. I can't support either wing. I can't support any of them.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa, okay. So now I'm looking at your email. You're back in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Jacksonville tonight. That's what I'm saying. That's the humorous part of it, because I'm in Jacksonville right now. Yeah. And
well, hold on. Now, with all due respect, the last time you were down there, some niggas ran down on you and put you in the hospital. What are you doing back there?
That was two visits ago. 2 visits ago.
Why are you back there? Same area?
I'm back over here for a wrestling event. Going over here to Ring of Honor. I'm actually standing in front of a place where I did some construction work at 3 visits ago, as a matter of fact.
All right.
So yeah, it's like Jacksonville, I got put in the hospital out here. Houston, I got shot at, but it doesn't stop me from going back to these places. Like, I'm not shook. Now, the reason why I decided to go and get an earlier ticket this time around is because Jacksonville sucks. Like, hey, mad respect to Florida Boy Jay, and the people in Jacksonville are something else. Like, right when we were talking, some woman just walked up with a big ass stick talking about, do you see my dog? So the people over here are something else. But as a person who sleeps on the streets, they're roaches. Hell no, homie. I'm not about to sleep in the streets with their roaches. I've been did that before.
CVR, can I ask you a question with all due respect? With all due respect.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you a traveling CI?
CI?
Confidential informant. Are you
No, I'm not no informant, homie. What the hell, dog? Dude, I'm just broke as fuck. That's it, dog. Like, I'm just from LA and broke as fuck. That's how that shit go. But who knows? Right. Maybe I could be a sleeper agent.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, man, good to talk to you. Salute, man.
Word. One.
Area code 812. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 812.
Yo, Saul, what's good?
Hey, how are you, sir? It's cracking.
I'm good. Jay Electronica, man, that performance sounded like a Islamic meeting or something. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. You really can't. I don't think the people's ready for all that Islamic rap right now. You know what I mean? I mean, he had the fans going, but you know, rock the beat. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that a cappella stuff all the time. And on top of that, you know, he was one of the America Badu dudes. You know, Common, Andre 3000, and then Jay Electronica. So all of them fell for that voodoo from Erykah Badu. So you know they turned weird.
Easy. Now let's not disrespect the queen. So hold on a second. Now, he put it down years ago, but now his debut album came out in 2022. Is my information right? Because he's been on this set since the year 2000 with Just Blaze and those guys. Yes, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think he came out with a couple of more albums, but it seemed like they just came and went. He just saying that Islamic, Rastafari, Baba, you know what I mean? Like, I'm down with Islam, but I know I can't be rapping that shit here in Indiana. That shit, you know, it ain't.
Please watch the language. I leave all the cursing to me, please. But now, okay, so hold on a second. I could be wrong, but in 2020, a written testimony, he put that out. Also in 2020, Act 2, the Patents of Nobility, the term. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. And also, those were some nominations. So it took him 20 years to put out his debut album, according to my math. Yes, no?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And like I said, then the album came out with Jay-Z in it. Yeah. It really wasn't promoted as a Jay-Z duo album. But it's like Jay-Z's all over it, so what's really going on? Like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. Well,
it was kind of weird, man, because, like, I don't know. There was so much hype behind him, but like I said, his stuff came and went real quick. Nobody really, it didn't last. It lasted about a week, and everybody was off of it.
I'm going to look for this video. I'm not trying to kick his back in, but I could have swore he may have been beefing with 50 Cent or somebody. He was in the back of a car at night with the sunglasses on, and it looked like he was tweaking. It was crazy. Let me see if I can find a video. But anything else you want to talk about? Iran has responded to President Trump's threats, and they have rejected the ceasefire. Any thoughts or no?
Hey, once again, it's on. You messing with these Iranian peoples, man. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. They not playing. So I don't know. I got a video of Pooh Shiesty. I can send you of Pooh Shiesty's mama talking about she keep it 100, 200.
Now hold on a second. Now his father. Let me get this on the screen. His father got bond, right? Pooh Shiesty's father.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Now, I got my notes somewhere, but what is the father's name? Let me see if I can get that back on the screen. Do you know his name?
No, I don't know his name.
He's a Memphis nigga. He's not from Texas, right? He's an old school. Well, I shouldn't say old. How old is the nigga? The father?
I think they said he's in his 50s, but I'm not sure. I really don't keep up with that foolishness rap, that killer gorilla rap.
Hold on now, sir. That's his son. Are you a father? Your father?
Oh yeah, I'm a father.
To some degree, yep. I'm not condoning what they did, but to some degree, you got to crash out for your kids, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you were Pooh Shiesty's father, I don't have his name here, and Gucci Mane was, holding up your son, trying to chump him, punk him, talking down to him, would you line Gucci Mane up as well? I would.
Not with after he did the Pookie Loke.
So I don't give a goddamn. I line him up, hit him in the head with the gun, choke him. For my son, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, he caught Jeezy people slipping. They tried to ambush him, but hey, he was sharp. But now I guess he's lacking now. I guess he got his record company and he's like slacking and lacking. So hey.
He's an old nigga now eating eggs Florentine with turkey bacon, you know. He's old now.
Right.
Now catch that nigga slip. Anyway, okay, listen, I appreciate the call. You said you got Pooh Shiesty's mama. What's she talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it.
Send me the video. Send me the video. What is she saying?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, send that over. Okay, good to talk to you, man. Salute.
All right, salute.
Yes, sir. Area code 757. Please watch the language. Are you ready? Topics on the table. 757. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm alive, sir, but I'm curious. Is black girl magic real? Or do you want to talk about the war? Where do you want to start, sir?
I was calling to talk about the war, but I think black girl magic is very real. You know what I mean?
Are you a father? Are you do you have any beautiful black females?
Yeah, my father.
Come on.
Yes, sir. I got three beautiful black daughters.
Nice. Have you ever seen them do anything that was like magical and made you say, whoa, that touched me?
Yeah, every day, B. Every day.
Okay.
Every day. I really wanted to talk about the war, though. I wasn't calling to talk about.
All right, come on.
Talk about the black girl match.
Let's talk about the war.
I really wanted to ask your opinion. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Come on.
I wanted to ask you what you thought about Israel's attacks on Lebanon today I think I heard they attacked Lebanon with like 100 strikes in like an hour. I want to know what you thought about that.
I'm riding with Israel, so I've said I'm on record saying that I have a lot of business with the Ashkenazis. I mean, listen, man, it's a religious war. Even though I'm a non-believer in the theory of God, it's a religious war. Yes, they claim to be God's chosen people. They're fighting to the death. I kind of have to respect that. What about you?
I feel you. I just wanted to get your opinion on it. I didn't hear you speak on that part of it. I heard you speak about the ceasefire and all that, but I didn't hear you speak about what they did today. So,
objectively speaking, Trump, who I voted for 3 times, he pussied out, sir. He pussied out. He followed behind Israel. Yes, he followed behind them, and he did committed illegal acts. I think he's going to get impeached. You see, I can be objective. Personally, I think he should have just went balls deep and just crashed out. He's going to have to pay for those threats. Those were threats, and the Democrats are trying to.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, if you're gonna make them threats, you got to hold. You know what I mean? You got to hold your nuts. You got to do what you say you're gonna do. If you're gonna say it, do it. If not, you make everybody look crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm at the same time, I'm glad that he didn't. Cooler heads prevailed. You know what I mean? I just want to really get your opinion on the whole thing. That's it.
Well, hold on a second. Can I ask how old are you?
I'm 47, man.
Okay. Well, if you pull a gun out on the block, you got to use it, right? Or else somebody will take it from you and then use it against you. I mean, that's basic knowledge, right?
Facts.
Do you yourself vote? Not that you have to. Do you vote? No, I got time. Do you vote? Yeah,
I vote. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a hardcore Democrat or Republican. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it based on what my views are.
Okay.
Lately, I've been leaning more towards Republican stance as long as it's not Trump type shit. But you get it kind of gets kind of tricky with that kind of stuff. I'm in the curse. My bad.
Objectively speaking, should he be impeached behind the threats?
Absolutely.
Okay, land your plane.
Absolutely.
Come on. Land your plane. Come on.
Yeah, my whole thing with that is if you're going to go to that extremes with what he's doing, you got to go through Congress. You know what I'm saying? That's just the precedence that we've set for hundreds of years. That's what kept our country with the the level of stability that we've had all these years. And I think you got to respect that.
Okay.
And if you're going to be the president, you're going to be the person at the top. You know what I'm saying? You got to set the president, because if he's going to do that, what's going to happen with the person who comes behind him and the person who comes behind them? You're just going to set the precedent. When I get in power, I can do whatever I want to do.
Right. Okay. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. All right. Is that who I think it
My
is?
nigga.
Hey, Houston, how are you, man? What's going on with you?
I'm pretty upset. Trump didn't goddamn get a chance to file 4th of July, man. I'm pissed. amping up for that shit. I had my drink.
Let's try and watch the language tonight, Houston. I want to try and leave this show up to monetize.
Oh,
it.
okay. Well, I was sitting up, Bronx Road, sitting up waiting to see if Trump was gonna do what he said. He said he was gonna turn them and take them back to caveman days. I was like, I want to see that.
Yeah, he was talking that talk.
He didn't do it. Yeah, and then what he did with Israel is what I thought that the Jews would do. The Jews would sit back, because I ain't never seen a Jewish military uniform, never. They were going to hide behind the U.S. along with the U.K. and then let them get in on Iran. And then Iran was like, okay, y'all going to take their side, but now the Jews want to do the sneak attack when it's a peace treaty going on.
Well, Houston, to be fair, in Israel, there's mandatory military service for young people. Mandatory. So just because you have not seen a uniform does not mean that they're not there. They're ready, They're ready. Go ahead.
They sleeper cells. That's how they move. They sleeper cells. They everywhere. Okay. And that's my point. They waited till everybody pulled out their guns and started firing off, and then they hid in the back talking about they God's people. Where's Jesus? Then they gonna go back after they done set up here and got it good with somebody else, man, and then they want to fire off now? Like, how you do that? Like, that's what I'm talking about with these people.
You say, hang on, now I rock with you, man, but did you say where's Jesus? Jesus is not the Messiah in Judaism. Where we going?
No, I know it, but they say they God's people.
Yes, God's chosen. That's what they profess to be.
Yeah, but my thing is, God told you to do that after they got a ceasefire, so they gonna.
Yes.
This is the thing.
Yes, according to the Talmud. Yes.
So people not understanding when the Somalis did that and started talking about their God, that's when Trump made it a religious war. When they stole that $1 billion. Now it got religious. I noticed that. But then now it's all religious. Iran, they got their work. Trump wasn't playing. And then the Jews came back and then they were like, oh, we got some weapons too. I'm like, man, they acting like baby mamas, man. Like, stop. Like, man, you see we over here chilling. And then they gonna fire off their weapons. I'm like, see, you making it worse. You know what I'm talking about? What do you think? Am I tripping with my analysis?
No, listen, I'm letting you speak, but now hold on a second. I'm going to get something on the screen here because I'm going to shift gears shortly. Before you go, I played a video here a little while ago. A cute little black girl. She had the seal doing tricks and all sorts of twirls and things. Did you see that?
Yeah, and you know what? Those animals do connect more with black people. I've been to zoos. I've been around wild animals.
Okay.
They do connect with black people because we have a caring soul. That's just in us.
Okay.
It's a difference between black people and niggas. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it's two different things.
Yes, we know.
Yeah, so when you have a black person, an animal get along with it. But with niggas, they argue with animals. Okay. So they, that's what that is. But I think that...
So you're okay with her pushing the little white boy's hand? Get out of here. You're okay with that?
Yeah. The what?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever the white boy doing, the white boys are getting it in. But I think Israel, I told people they were going to do this. This is what Israel does. They throw stones, hide hands. Okay. Yeah, they some whole ass. I'm just saying. I'm like,
I got you. Listen, man, I appreciate you. Salute.
I bet.
Oh, there he is. Gangsta of Love tapping in Wednesday evening. Are you there, Gangsta of Love?
I'm there, big homie. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good to hear from you. Where do you want to start, man?
So I wanted to tap in on the war, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on the Black Girl Magic. And then let me ask you this. Do I got time to rip off a couple of shots out of the Glock? Are we on the BS tonight?
Well, I mean, if you want someone to call in, that's one thing. But I mean, I don't want to just start unnecessary tension. Can we start with the war? Israel going hard in the paint, a barrage of strikes all into Lebanon. Hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours after last night's ceasefire. It's a lot going on. Yes.
It's a lot going on, Star. I do want to say that, you know, Donald Trump started off being like real assertive and saying what he was going to do. And, you know, he went on this big tirade. And honestly, you know, I am pro FBA, which doesn't mean anti anybody else. I am American, but black first. But at the end of the day, we're all Americans, but we look really soft. You know, when he went on that diatribe, I was thinking, hey, it's really about to go down. It's people about to be obliterated off the map, and only to come down to, I guess you can say, peace or pacifism. But this, I mean, I don't know who's throwing the weapons at this point, but I think America just looks really bad. And all these people that are delusional about how Trump is, and that's not saying that I don't support him, but I just think that he gave America a really bad black eye by not sticking to what he's going to say, because now other countries are looking at us in a way that we're weak. And you also got to think, now they're going to take us as a joke. Hey, he said he was going to do it, and he didn't do it. So
can I jump in right there?
Horrible state, in my opinion.
Can I jump
yes,
in
sir.
Right there?
Yes, sir.
In my uneducated opinion, we might see other nations now team up on America. China and Russia in particular. John Blaze and I spoke in length, and I think Boris as well, a couple of months ago, with regards to Russia. In my opinion, they have been getting their military in war mode. I think they could have gone in and demolished the inner structure of Ukraine, you know, long time ago. But when you get a nation into war mode and get them thinking and feeling like, you know, that they have to fight, we may have a bigger problem than what we anticipated. So I'm not blind. Yes, I voted for Trump, but I think by his actions, his ego, and I could even go back to, I think it was 2016 or 17, he said, and I'll never forget it, he said, yeah, I love war. I love that shit. Did you ever hear him say that?
I'm not familiar with him saying that stuff.
He said it.
You also forgot to mention North Korea, Kim Jong-un. He's been launching test missiles for the last 10 years. So who's to say that he won't team up with Russia and other people against us? I think America is in a very vulnerable state right now, and we really need to think this over before it end up getting way out of hand.
Okay,
way out of hand.
Showrunner, you wanted to speak to you have a beautiful little life force, a daughter, yes, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I have two of them. Okay. Black Girl Magic is real, Star. It's been real. You got to remember, they birthed us when we didn't have nothing to eat. They made sure we got something to eat. So Black Girl Magic has been around for a long time. The connection with animals, as Houston was saying, it's always been there. We're loving, caring people. We ain't out there hunting them and cutting their heads off, putting them on the wall as trophies. So all salute to the black women that have Black Girl Magic. I'm all for it. And I'm going to land my plane right there, sir.
Well, now, hang on. Did you have somebody that you wanted to get at? Is it respectful, or is just back and forth?
Yes, it's respectful. Probably like 2 or 3 shows ago, one of your callers from the 313 area code, he was trying to insinuate that I was on food stamps and my mom was, and I was like, oh man, but I went and did my research.
Well, listen, is he in the live chat? Because if he's not around, then we're just not really staying on topic. Is he around?
I'll catch up with him on a night, because I'm not in the live chat right now. But I'll catch up with him when we got time for the BS Star. Okay. Appreciate you for always taking my call, man. You're the best at this.
Thank you.
If you like it, I love it. I'm out.
Area code 819. Please watch the language. Are you there? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Yes, Star.
How are you, man?
Good. Thank you. I love the topic today.
Thank you.
I'll get right to it. About the war, I feel like this is very hypocritical of Trump and Israel to even come up, like the fact that Trump said what he said. Like, this is what Hitler used to say. right, about the Jews, and for him to say literally the same thing that Hitler said about the Jews, he should definitely get impeached. Most definitely. And
well, hang on a second, sir. Can I ask, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 42 years old.
Okay. You know, Hitler was sanctioned. He was sanctioned by many nations and the Pope as well. Hitler was on Time magazine's cover. I think it was 1938. So he wasn't viewed as some evil man once upon a time. Now, what he did and the way things turned out, you know, and then you have the winner who tells the story. Then he became the bad guy.
Exactly. No, yeah, exactly. Like, I totally agree with you.
Not that I'm co-signing what he did, but I'm just saying, you know, all this, you know, trying to link him to Hitler. Hitler had a totally different mission and objective. Totally different. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, we can only judge Trump on the words that he's used, because obviously his action did not go with what he said. But the word that he used yesterday is very parallel to what Hitler has said or has done. You know, I'm not saying that he did it, but it's pretty parallel, you know? Okay. And I could see how the American people are extremely, I think they're going to lose patience with Trump, right? Because at the end of the day, the real question to ask is, what was the point?
Hang on a second. So are you calling in from Canada? You call from Canada?
Oh, man, we're so affected in Canada. Our gas prices are like, we're talking about $2.
Sir, you're an American hater, respectfully. You're an American hater.
Me? Listen, you know,
you want to see America go down. Hold on. You want to see America go down. You want to point the finger and say, you know, those people just couldn't get it together, right? That's you, respectfully.
Listen, America has given us so much, but they have they've also like taken so much out of us. You know, like America it's like having you're in a bad relationship with a bad chick, big booty and everything, but like you know she's gonna take your energy, and that's what I feel America is to the world. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me back to.
Hang on, stay with me, so I'm enjoying the conversation. Can I get you to just be truthful here with regards to you're always complaining Black Americans, whether they're ADOS, FBA, they're always confused. Now they're claiming to be Native Indians. Can I get you to speak to that? Just please, before we go back to Trump.
When it comes to Black people in America, the FBAs, the original Black people that were on the land, I will give them 100,000%, and they need to be recognized, and they need reparation as soon as possible. Because I know what Ghana is doing right now is not looking too good, and what Uganda is also doing is not looking too good, and Kenya. But the Black Americans deserve all the respect because they've given us art, they've given us culture. Anywhere in the world, if you're Black or white, you've been affected by Black Americans.
I hear a Caribbean accent. Yes, no? Caribbean accent?
Me? Yeah, I am Haitian.
Oh, okay. You're pandering a little bit. Hang on. You're pandering. You see, half of me is very proud to be foundational Black Americans, but I do know that people from Canada and others, through my experience, the many years I've been on the planet, you know, you have a snarl with regards to Black Americans. You know, they just don't get it, you know, and they're always angry about something. Can I get you to...
I get it.
Come on.
I get it. Like, my respect for Black Americans, for FBAs is really high because I know what you guys have given us. And I respect it, right? And yes, you're right. I think a lot of the immigrants, you know, have this disdain for America, right? Only because I think it's jealousy, to be honest. I think they would love to be Americans, you know what I mean? In some ways, but they can't do it. And the beauty about Black Americans is you don't see a lot of Black Americans living abroad in like black countries, but there's a lot of immigrants from black countries that do live in America. Right. So it tells you that it says a lot about the land that you guys are on.
Got you.
Right. Black Americans.
I appreciate the call. So do you want to land your plane on one of the other topics?
Oh yeah, real quick. The black girl magic. I think when black women are in their natural state, meaning like no weaves, no bad products, and when they're in their natural state and they connect with the sun, which I call the Son of God, S-U-N, for me, they become very intertwined with nature. And once they're intertwined with nature, they are black girl magic to the fullest. I appreciate you.
But now you yourself, hold on to what you just said. It sounds hot. And again, with all due respect, sounds like you're pandering, but you're Haitian and you're in Canada. I would bet that you date more pink toes and snow bunnies. I would bet that.
But let me tell you a quick story. To be honest,
we got him, kids. Hold on, we got him. Come on.
No, listen. Look what happened. Look at it. It's the testimony. I used to be with a snow bunny. Then I went from a snow bunny to a beautiful black woman, and my life changed for the better. That's the black girl magic that I'm talking about, and I'm real about that. That's 100% real on my mama.
Okay. I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Star.
Area code 647. Are you there? Good evening. 647.
Hello.
Good evening. Are you rare? Are you?
Hello.
ready?
How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to touch on the Iran-Israel situation.
Okay. You're from Canada, sir? You're from Canada?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're an American hater. Yes. Keep it real. It's okay, but American hater.
No. I got kinfolk in America. My mom used to live down there. My kids go down there every summer. So I'm not one of those Trump deranged people or whatnot. You know what I mean? This 51st state stuff. I'm like, y'all need to calm down. If America's going to come take us over, it happened in the blink of an eye.
Let's go.
I'm not with all that and Trudeau in the blackface, but nah. But yeah, I'm calling because what's really going on with the whole situation over there is you can't really trust any of the parties in the situation, right? For example, me personally, in my opinion, as a Canadian, America's our closest ally, so I'm not even with this whole pick side. If you're riding with somebody, you're riding with someone. But the thing is, America has done this. Okay, we're going to have a ceasefire. As soon as they turn their back, bombs go off, situations happen. And then in my opinion, okay, we're doing Palestine, then we're doing Syria, then we're doing Lebanon. It's like, how many places does Israel really want to take over, right? Like, what's the end game? I know what
the world, sir.
Everybody.
Sir.
That's it, right?
Sir, how old are you?
I'm 37.
Okay. You know what their objective is, according to the Torah and the Talmud. Let's not act like we don't know. But we're not gonna,
for sure.
We're not going to live forever. So, I want to put that on the table. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically what it is just like, at the end of the day, it's going to take China and Russia to really get everything settled down, because all this stuff too is an attack on China and Russia too as well, right? It's just underhand, but it seems like it's them, but they're doing little things to throw off Russia and China as well, right? They're putting a choke on Cuba. We already saw what happened with Nicolas Maduro, right? So it's all a game, right? But at the end of the day, I just want peace on earth and just things to go back normally. It's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be war in the Middle East. We all know that, but it just needs to calm down, and these prices need to go down.
Okay. I mean, listen, I'm here to hear people out. I want to be as objective as possible. I just think that it's very costly, him kicking up the dust that he did, making the threats. Those were threats, and they are going to try and impeach him and probably put some type of legal ramifications around him to prevent him from doing that again throughout the rest of his term. Now, you're up in Canada, so you're not really as connected as we are here, but do you think he should be impeached, President Trump?
Well, me personally, like I said, I got fans on there, whatnot. I used to be a big Don from day one. When he came out 2016, I called my bro. He told me I'm tripping on my foul, da-da-da. I think now, the first time they tried it, he had a lot of allies behind him. The Candace Owen, Tucker Carlson, people in that space who would fend it.
Sir, should he be impeached? Let's get right to it.
Yes. With everything going on now, yes. I think it's This right here is grounds for them to impeach them. All the other stuff was like Mickey Mouse stuff, and they were grasping at straws. This right here is something where they can really hold up and be like, okay, look, we're talking about war crimes, serious war crimes, things that are on file, like, you know, and this Kushner going around. This is just a lot of dirty stuff going on, right? And I think they have enough to really be like, okay, this is what it is. And, you know, I have a friend in the world that's going to have his back this time. I think they're just going to give it to him, and then that's just what it's going to be. Okay. But he knows where all the bodies are, right? So then it's going to be hard, because does anybody really go to jail, get in trouble, right? It's just all the show, right? So that's how I feel about it.
I appreciate the call.
Yeah. Cheers.
Hey, Star.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is E from Brooklyn. I want to give you the Israeli perspective of the first topic about the war.
Please. Are you Israeli?
So I have family there.
Come on.
So past few decades, if you remember, there was wars in Gaza, but they were very quick, like month long or 2 months long, like quick skirmishes. And so Israel, for the past few decades, was focused on defense. The Iron Dome, they built supposedly a secure fence around Gaza. So it was all defense. But what October 7th changed that. You can't just play defense forever, because, you know, once in a while, the enemy is going to find a hole.
Right.
And that's what happened. So since October 7th, Israel has a different mentality. Any threats on its borders, they're not going to be able to raise their heads. The day after October 7th, Hezbollah joined the fight from Lebanon, and it started attacking Israel.
Yeah.
So since that day...
Poking the bear.
Lebanon.
Poking the bear.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. And then Israel left all of Lebanon in 2000 for peace. So if they start, you know, problems, Israel's not going to leave this time until that threat is eliminated. So same thing in Gaza, same thing in Lebanon. And in part of this deal, Lebanon was not in part of the ceasefire. That's why Israel attacked.
Right.
And Israel doesn't want it tied, because then every time Israel gets in a conflict, Iran is going to say, we're going to close the strait. So Israel doesn't want that part of the equation moving forward.
Do you think at some point Israel is going to set off a nuke? Seriously.
No, these are weak enemies. You don't need Israel was in far worse situation in Yom Kippur War, and it didn't use its nuclear weapons then. You know, when Egypt had the surprise attack. So for these enemies, you don't need a nuke. We could beat them without it.
Stay with me. I appreciate the call. But now we have a real threat, you know, China and Russia. So, you know, Israel may be forced to, you know, to go down that path. Yes, no, it's different.
I disagree. What did they do to help Iran? Nothing. They probably gave statements, but that's all they could give.
Okay.
They didn't, you know, send their troops in to protect Iran. They can't do anything. Russia's busy with Ukraine also.
Well, I'm hearing you out. I'm very disappointed in President Trump. You know, I think it's going to be very costly him making the threats, number one, and then pulling back so quickly and getting nothing in return. I went through the whole goddamn proposal itself, the ceasefire proposal, and it looks like we didn't get anything. You know, I mean, honestly. Go ahead.
It's still early. We'll see what happens this week. Okay. Let's see if things change. You know, it's still very early, and we'll see what happens.
What happens if somebody sets off a nuke in Israel? Then what?
That's not gonna. Which one? Which nation?
Can you just entertain the question? What happens? Hypothetically,
it would be bad, but I doubt. It would be bad, of course, because Israel is a very small area, but I don't see it happening.
Entertain the question, sir. What if it happens? Then what? In your opinion, you sound well informed. What happens?
Well, it's, you know, they say Israel is a one-bomb nation because of its size, but Israel has toys of its own, so it could respond in kind.
Will they respond with the nuclear? That's my question. Israel is the size of New Jersey. We know this, so it can't take a pounding and a pounding and a pounding and two goddamn nukes. But go ahead.
Yeah, but who has them? That's the whole point of this Iran war, is meaning to knock down the enemy while it's weak. No other nation in the Middle East, except for obviously Pakistan, has nukes. And so if you know the past couple of decades, Israel knocked out the nukes in Iraq. Before the Iraq war, Saddam Hussein was building reactors and Israel knocked it down. That was the first ever attack on a nuclear reactor.
Okay.
Then Syria, the last regime, they also started to build a nuclear program and Israel knocked it down.
Okay.
So Israel is basically the only nation on the world that knocked out other nations' nuclear programs.
Okay.
And you see that happening right now in Iran as well.
So you're not concerned with North Korea, Russia, and China, who do have nukes. You're not concerned with them.
Not to Israel.
Okay.
Because they know they get a president right back to them.
Okay. I appreciate the call.
All right. Have a good night, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Mo Fax tapping in Wednesday evening. How are you, sir?
How you doing, sir? I'm doing well.
I'm good. Where do you want to start?
I called it earlier this week and told everybody the U.S. and Iran are working together.
Yes, sir.
And as you've seen, America, the U.S. agreed to all 10 points of Iran's plan. And as I said before, Iran is being elevated, Israel is being demoted, and all the EU states, including Saudi Arabia, are being put on notice that they will not be able to get out from under the petrodollar. Okay. Now, Israel has the ability to use the Solomon method. That's when they use nukes, you know what I'm saying, last-ditch effort. But if you look at the first thing on the top 10 list, guaranteed that Iran will not be attacked again. And Iran told U.S., get your dog on this leash when they talked about Israel. People are going to see that this world is not ran by the Jews. It's ran by white supremacy. Period.
Come on, Mo.
Period.
Come on.
You got to ask, who provides the weapons for Israel? Who provides all the missiles for Israel? And what it all boils down to is this right here. Kanye West, I'm going to explain to you how.
Come on.
He let it be known that these babies don't give a rat's ass about Israel. Period. On both sides. On the Democratic and Republican. Both sides. And what does that mean? Politicians need votes to win. And you see on both sides, you have the pro-Palestine on the left, and you have the anti-Israel, anti-Semites on the right. And they both vote. And Israel is being demoted. That's what this is all about. And Iran is the police of the Strait of Hormuz. They getting $2 million per ship.
The strait is closed again, Mo. You're up to speed, right? It's closed.
I know.
Okay.
That what I'm saying is that they're the police.
Yeah.
They're the crossing guard. If you want to come through here, I need $2 million per ship.
Yeah.
Trump even said we're going to have an American-Iran joint venture. This is what this is all about because those Saudis and the EU states were disloyal and they were trying to cut a backdoor deal with China through BRICS to get out the petrodollar. Okay. And everything is, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like Trump was like, okay, you want to do that right there? We're going to pull all of our bases. Well, basically all Iran did was just demolish all the bases. You notice there's been very few casualties in this whole skirmish.
Let me jump in here for a second, Mo. John Blaze gave a great breakdown of the currency and the petro aspect, dollar, and that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. So the way it stands right now, from how I see it, you know, America has made an egregious error. Can we bounce back from that, or what will the repercussions be? Because I appreciate you call in and you do give perspective, and to a large degree, you are a visionary. So what do you see now, since Trump has made threats, and I think he will be impeached? I'm not hoping for it, but I think there's going to be repercussions. What do you see now, Mo?
I don't see it as a mistake. We're talking about short term or long term.
Okay.
If he was not to do anything, the EU states, Saudis, were going to cut a backdoor deal and get out the petrodollar, which would be terrible for America and its interests. Because what happens is the petrodollar money goes back into the stock market. If that ever happens, everything collapses. So what he said was, I'm just speculating, is we'll let Iran put pressure on all the people in the Gulf, around the whole Middle East.
Okay.
They're in weapon strike. They're in striking distance of everybody, and that's what it's all about. Put everybody on notice. And America threw his hands up in the air. Now you gotta think, Trump just asked for $1.5 trillion for a defense budget.
Right.
You think we can't beat the Iranians? Are we crazy here? $1.5 trillion, and we can't beat the Iranians with some low tech drones and Shahed drones and whatever other missiles they got. No, this is all a ruse. This is all a play to get back control of the world. And America like I said, Iran is playing the crossing guard. They can shut down the Strait anytime America wants them to shut down the Strait Hormuz. And they can charge $2 million per ship. That's their fee.
Okay.
It's like muscle. It's like the mob. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like it's like they're the mob. They're the mob. And
I don't agree with you, but I hear you. I hear you, but I don't agree with you. Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's the long term, because the biggest problem America had was the collapse of the petrodollar and the threat that the BRICS posed to America. That was the biggest threat they had, and that's solved right now.
Okay.
Iran played a very critical part in the BRICS. They've been bought off. That's basically all they've done. Okay. They've been bought off. Now, like I said, I could be crazy, but I'm going off of what makes the most logical sense. I have nothing invested in this, but like I said, Kanye West and what he did, let the babies know and let the world know the babies don't care nothing about Israel. So Israel's being demoted as we speak. And that's why Netanyahu said, no. We're not stopping the war. Yes, you are. Shut up.
Okay.
Because all we got to do is turn off that Iron Dome, and it's a wrap. And they know that.
Let me jump in right there. Well, Iran is getting in, and around that Iron Dome now, right? They're getting in there, and they're causing a lot of, not a whole lot, but a good amount of casualties. So they have figured that out, and you're saying that America and Iran are in cahoots together. I want to be clear.
I'm being very clear. They are in cahoots together to demote Israel. And as you said yourself, a lot of stuff is getting through that used to didn't get through because Israel has to make strategic decisions on how to use their counterattack missiles.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, you just can't, you got to send up 2 for every one.
Okay.
Now, this is where the Shahed drones and things like that they're cheap. So you got to use a $2 million missiles to take down a $10,000, $30,000 drone. You see what I'm saying? You can't keep that up if you're Israel. Okay. So they had to make strategic decisions, and that's why they're getting the pressure put on them. And like I said, Netanyahu was just being depositioned and interrogated. You know what I'm saying? The tape leaked. You know what I'm saying? All Marion Adelson, all of them being depositioned, you know what I'm saying, interrogated. It's a new day. I mean, we're in a new day. We're in a post-Israel world right now. That's where we're at, and people are finally see.
I appreciate your detail. Any thoughts, or do you care about the the showrunner? Is Black Girl Magic real? I played a video earlier. It's cute. I'm just trying to amp up the set. Did you see it? Do you care?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the video, but Black Girl Magic is real. You know what I'm saying? That's the mother of the world. I mean, so I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
That's the mother of the world.
Okay. Good to talk to you, Mo.
All right, have a good one, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Timestamp Tiffany, area code 410. Is that you?
Hey, Star.
Hey. Thank you for.
How you doing?
I'm good. Well, you responded to that email and you said, yes, Black Girl Magic is real. Yes?
Yes, it absolutely is. I saw that I think a couple of months ago, so I'm happy to see that it's going viral.
I enjoyed it.
I do too. Whenever we can get something positive, a timeline cleanse, I'm all for it. I like how she pushed them out the way. Like I'm having this moment. Why you gotta be all up in my moment? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, white folks are always trying to get in black people's business. So when I saw that, I said, "You go, little girl, you go." But I mean, I had to throw people a curveball to see how they feel about it. I thought, her running back and forth, they locked in on each other. It was cute. It was cute. Go ahead.
I thought so too. You know, the one thing that I despise about aquariums and zoos is that, you know, they're on constant display. And I just always feel like, you know, I want them to be in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
You know, I know.
No,
But
you and I are on the same page with that. But sometimes we do have to study some of the animals. Have you ever heard of Tilikum, the killer whale that used to be down in Orlando at SeaWorld?
Right. Yeah. I remember going to see him one time.
I did too.
And,
I went to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Me and one of my ex-girlfriends, we went to Orlando. I think it was 2014 or 15, I forget. And we went to that where he was. He was in the back tank at first, and then you know, we were asking, were they going to bring Tilikum out, and then finally they did bring him out. So yeah, I got to see him before he died.
Yeah. And that's something. I went to the aquarium last week.
Okay.
And it's always the same display, you know. And I had asked them about the dolphins. I'm like, you know, these dolphins, they've been here since I was younger. What's happening? And so now they're saying that they have a fund where they're gonna return them to, you know, a more open space. But I was calling. I was just happy again to hear about Connor. Every time I heard on the news about Jordan, my thoughts always went back to her. And
stay there. Hold on a second. Hold on, Tiffany. Yeah. She's back now in the back. Let me see if I can get her on the screen. Okay. Oh man, it shut off again. Connor, you were on the screen for a second, and then.
Hi.
Connor, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, but I have to record like this. How are you, Star?
Nice to hear you and nice to see you. I have timestamp Tiffany on the line with me.
Hi, Connor. It's so good to hear from you. I just wanted to let you know, you definitely have been in my thoughts, and I hope that you're safe. And it's good to, you know, have you cam up or, you know, calling the show, because I was definitely thinking about you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. I thank you for your prayers and your thoughts. Bless you, because it's definitely needed.
How you feel, you know, with everything that's going on, you know, are you all taking precautions? What's the energy like in Jordan right now?
Yes, definitely taking precautions. I've been moving all my stuff closer down to the wilderness. The people are kind of used to this type of activity, so then there's no fear. They're just going along as life is normal. It's none of no fear at all. I'm surprised even, you know, how much everyday life is just lifing. So, you know, that's a good, you know, it makes you feel secure in a sense when even all the stuff is going on, because you can hear the missiles flying over. They have the protection dome as well. Nothing really.
So you can actually hear the missiles because you're in Jordan. For those who don't know, you can hear them.
Yeah. And they have the sirens that go off every time you hear missiles. So it's, you know, so it's pretty frequent. So, but I am preparing, and that is the main part of this. You know, this is why I came. So I'm very clear on what is going on. You know, and I know why I'm here, and I understood that it will be a scary time. But we have to trust. This is why the Most High is bringing us out of Babylon, is because we have to learn to trust Him again. You know, learn about His laws, statutes, and commandments. Learn about His name. His name is Ahaya. His son is Yeshaya. This is the whole point of us coming back, because more and more that I listen to other people, I realize that no one really believes. We lost our power. We lost our God. We lost our language. We lost everything. You understand? So we don't know how to really trust the Most High. And when He says to do something, how to do it. It's not like in the days of old, when our forefathers used to wait on the Most High to do stuff. They wouldn't move unless they had, you know, the Most High telling them, yes, go ahead and do this, or yes, go ahead, or don't go this way. We don't know how to do that. And so that's why we're coming back He wants us to worship Him. All our, we depend on the government for everything. We wait for money. We wait for everything. They're our God. And so you have to really accept that, not you, I'm saying people. We as a people have to learn how to accept that these people are acting as our God. And our God, a higher, he's a jealous God. He wants us to come back to worship him. So
can I jump in for a second, Connor? So I don't want you to give out your location, but are you closer to Israel or Saudi Arabia, or what area are you closer to?
Yes, Jordan, is in the border of Saudi Arabia. But Saudi, they lied to us about where the holy mountain is anyway. It's not in Saudi Arabia. It's always been in Jordan. So we're it's a cusp. There's a line, but it's closer to the Saudi Arabia border. But we're actually.
I'm looking right now on the map. That's why I asked you. I'm looking on the map. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we're close.
Can I ask you something, Connor, real quick? What's the climate when it comes to the people over there and how they view the administration in the United States? Because, of course, we have the media and the things that they want us to see. What's going on your end when it comes to the war and the media and just the overall, feeling towards our administration?
Well, Connor has gone on record and said, Tiffany, in case you didn't get to that, it's time for America to fall.
Oh, yeah, I remember. No, I remember that show.
Come on, Connor. Come on.
Yes, definitely. But, for me, I think they have quite a lot of respect for America, too much respect for America, in my opinion. But, so even though they hate Trump, they're mad at Trump because they blame Trump for all of everything. They have too much respect to me for America, in my opinion. But you're American even still. I thought there would be more sentiments of when they see an American, but they still have a lot of respect for America and Americans and things like that. So there's no issue, and they don't have the racism that we have in America. It's not the shared, we as Black people, because we've dealt with so much racism in America, we think that this is how it is worldwide. And Jordan happens to be one of the safest countries on earth, the most peaceful country. They are very family orientated. They don't ascribe to a lot of wickedness. Now, let me just add, there are Black people in lower parts of Jordan that they kind of like separated, and they may have experienced some racism in some regards, but it's never to the level, it's not to the level of what we experience in America. And so I really need to tell people that it's not like what we are used to in America. They don't deal like that.
Okay.
So
can I interject for a second, Connor? Sure. So with regards to Israel right now, bombing Lebanon pretty heavy. Yeah. Are you in favor of what Israel is doing?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. They are horrible as far as I'm concerned. And it's time, but see as far as the Bible is concerned, Israel has to be cleansed before we go back in. Our people. This is the Most High. This is all biblical. The Most High is dealing with his people. He's calling his people out, and we have to come back to this land. And we have to be in this land in order for us to survive what is really about to happen. And so the Most High, I think this ceasefire is basically the Most High quelling everything down so our people can get a grip that they need to come out. Because I just recently on my channel put up a video of a man who's, he's North Korean, and he's putting information of how North Korea gave Iran missiles, nuclear warheads, along with Russia, that can hit America. So now they're armed. They're armed to be able to hit America. Before, it was like, well, they still don't have the warhead to reach America. And that's not the case anymore. It's time to come out. The Bible prophecies will come to pass. Our people are afraid because we don't know nothing else. But that's why the Most High wants to deal with his people. We have to get back under his laws, his statutes, commandments. We got to get baptized, and
Connor, if I can jump in for a second, that's your website on the screen? Is everything spelled correctly? Just want to make
Yes,
sure.
I told you travel. Yes, I told you travel.com. And yes, and the Most High is providing a way.
Is that your rooster? Is that your rooster in the background?
No, that's not my rooster, but it's you hear that, frequently.
Okay. Or is that a chicken? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think it's a rooster.
Okay.
What time is it? What time is it right now, Connor?
It's about 6:15 right about now. Good morning.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to stay long. I look forward to hearing more from you, and I'm gonna go check out your page. Thank you for updating and calling in and letting us know you okay, and be well. My thoughts are with you.
Connor, stay there. Nice to talk to you, Tiffany.
Bless you, Tiffany, and I thank you. That is so,
you are the last.
Okay. So, Connor, let's get back to you. Okay. So, listen, you are where you want to be. For those who are not clear, you're not trying to be back in Brooklyn, New York, where people think it's safe. You are home right now. Yes.
Yes, and I'm so thankful. This is my deliverance. The Most High said He would deliver the children. If I was delivered here, I'll thank the Most High. I always had issues in America, and I didn't understand. So now I'm clear, guys, and I know this is where we need to be in order for us to get our land back, to connect back to our Father, so that we can get the land. This is all biblical. This war is biblical. What's about to happen is biblical. Our people must come out, because it's funny to me how I hear people talk about FBA and they know like what you got on your show, one of the black girl magic. But I don't believe in that, meaning because it's kind of witchcraft.
Whoa.
But the black girl, because we're the daughters of Zion, and even the men of Zion, we have a special, thing because our connection with the Most High. That's what it comes down to. So people can equate all these other things, but they won't accept the fact that we are the lost tribes of Israel, and that the Most High, we're connected in a deep connection with the Most High, and that's where all this magic, so-called magic you're talking about, comes from. It's our connection with the Most High. We are blessed people. That's why Kanye West, Jay-Z. But I wanted to talk about these things, if you don't mind.
Come on. I got time.
The distraction that they're using against the children of Israel right now to keep y'all still is these concerts. The number one artists in the world, Jay-Z and Kanye West, they're all going in concerts. And these things are to keep you still, to keep you distracted, that you don't understand what is going on, brothers and sisters. It's time to leave America. You must come out. There's a safe place. The Most High is going to deal with His people here in Jordan. This is where we got to come to. And they making it look.
Can I jump in?
Sure.
Can I jump in a second, Connor? You and I have spoken about this before, and having worked at record labels and in the industry for well over 13 years, there seems to be a stage or a phase when, artists, when they first come out the gate, and then when they, try to come back or try to keep up the momentum, they tend to then try to put out some type of demonic or some type of image that projects debauchery and hedonism. Do you think that that's a pretty common thing with regards to the trends or the formula, if you will?
Well, what I think it is that they have to do these things because the people who are controlling everything are Satanists. So you cannot be holy and righteous and do anything. You're going to have to denounce your power in any form or fashion in order to make any money with them. You will not be in that $1 million club doing anything unless you denounce the power who created you. And you must go against every commandment, everything that is righteous. There's no form of righteousness with them. So that's
now listen, I'm an atheist, and I'm saying good point because I don't necessarily have to co-sign everything, but I understand what you're trying to say. Hold on one second, Connor, because somebody is calling. I want to make sure he's respectful if we're going to bring him in. Gene Richmond, aka number 9. Can you hold, or do you want to talk to Connor respectfully?
Hi, I lost my voodoo doll. Has anybody found it? Because I know.
Connor, do you want to talk to him or no? Do we put him on hold?
I don't mind talking to him, but I would like to say this before he comes on, so people can understand where I'm coming from.
Okay. Hold on, number nine. Hold on. Number 9. Hold on. Go ahead, Connor. Go ahead.
I want the children of Israel to be clear that, the trolling and the, folly, I understand that we do that, but it's totally against the Bible for us to be trolls and things like that, because the Most High is bringing back down his laws, statutes, and commandments, and he's dealing with our people. And this is a very serious matter to the Most High. This is about our salvation.
Well, then, I'll bring him on after you and I finish. He can hold.
Yeah. It's just that it's okay, because I get to answer some questions that may not arise when he speaks and talks. But I just want to be clear that I don't.
It's not necessary.
This is not a game, and people need to be very serious about what's about to happen. Y'all need to get out of Babylon and not play, because the Most High is dealing with these wicked nations. He's dealing with all the wickedness and debauchery that you're talking about. It's about to come to a total stop. This is about righteousness, doing right, living right, being clean, righteous people, because the Most High is clean and righteous. So,
With that being said, now, we are genuinely concerned about you,
Listen, thank you, guys.
But now, at the same time, if America gets, devoured or blown off the map, well, what would you say? Well, it was time for them to go?
Yeah.
Keep it real. Connor, keep it real. Would you say, they were living in false hope? They were living unrighteous lives, and they're better off dead. Would you say that?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm saying that because with this, our kingdom comes, guys. This kingdom has to fall. It has to fall in order for us to rise as a people. And I don't mean that to say anything against you guys. Get out. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I want to tell you to leave. It's time to go. You don't have no place there. They're killing you at every point, guys. Why stay there?
Yeah.
Why do you want to live there? Like, I don't understand.
I appreciate you saying it and standing on it. But listen, I'm getting backed up on calls. Thank you for just letting me and Deeds and Tiffany know that you're okay. When you get yourself situated and you can get back to booking people to come out there, let me know. We'll get your banner rolling, or should I put the banner up now? I didn't want to cause problems.
Yes, please. Just so people that know that they can travel, there's a place. And listen, the airlines are still open, guys. With all this war going on, people are flying in and out and traveling. Don't be afraid to get out of there. The Most High will cover you if you come back to him. That's what this is all about. Don't be afraid. Jordan is the safe place. They'll put all kind of, distractions up around you to make you feel like, no, don't go. No, this is the place. This is where we were. Our forefathers were in the beginning, and this is where we're going to be at the end. And I want to do some videos to send to you to show you about tent living in tents and seeing how it is. Don't be afraid of it, brothers and
Well, you know what, Connor? All you have to do is just send me the link, and then I will post the link in my community section so that the traffic goes to you. Just send me the link. You don't have to send me the video file.
Okay. And it's okay. I'm not so big on, I do all kind of stuff, Star. I'm not big on the traffic. I really just want to get this message out to our people. They need to know where to go. There is a safe place, and the Most High said he will protect his people. But we have to come back under the laws, statutes, and commandments. Get baptized with water, brothers and sisters. It's time. Don't wait. This 2 weeks, make a decision. It may not be another ceasefire after this. They have to go to war. They have to.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop. It's not going to end and go back to normal.
I'm glad you're saying this. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying this. Yeah.
It's not going to happen, guys. It's coming down the pipe. Our kingdom is up next. You get to rule, but you got to be right in your mind, your body, and your spirit. Start cleansing. Walk away from.
Great to talk to you, Connor.
Okay. Shalom.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9, thank you for your patience. Are you there?
Well, I have to be patient. It looks like you're on demon. Looks like you're on demon time tonight. You went way into the Middle East to bring some kind of spirit on your show tonight. That's just you raising hell tonight. I see, huh? You're raising hell.
She's a nice person, and I'm glad she's okay. She's in Jordan. She's there, and she's not trying to come back to the States. And she actually wished, I don't want to say wish death, but she thinks that America needs to fall. Did you catch that?
Yeah, of course. This woman hides behind theology to push her radical ideology. She's a terrorist. She's a sorceress.
Don't call her a terrorist. Hey! You don't know that. Don't call her that. Don't call her that.
No, I meant the terrorism of the spirit.
Oh, okay.
Terrorism of the spirit. Terrorism of the spirit. Coming on here like a handkerchief head nigga talking about most.
Whoa! Number 9. Slow down. She wasn't disrespectful to you. Slow down. You want to address?
No, it's not disrespectful.
You want to address the topics? Israel has launched a barrage of strikes into Lebanon. Let's start there. Come on.
Well, of course, Israel has sent a barrage. I was watching Megyn Kelly's show today.
Okay.
And she said it, and I don't always agree with Megyn Kelly. I mean, sometimes, but she said it perfectly. She said again, the head of the chess game has always been Israel. We're just the backup team. The head of the chess game has always been Israel. They want blood. They want destruction. They want to blow it all up. We're trying to be the peacemakers. I mean, again, the United States government will, exhibit full force as we've seen, but we're trying to broker some kind of détente, some kind of peace deal. But Israel wants blood. They want to blow they want to blow everything out of the frame until they can get what they want. We get, like she said, we're the backup team. They're the main ones that want to tear it all down and rebuild.
But we knew this already. This is not new information. Maybe if you're somebody who just got into politics or you finally woken up, then you realize this now. This is how we've always, in my lifetime and in yours. So why is this such a surprise now? They're going hard in the paint. Do I support genocide? No, but I understand. I understand. Yes, no?
Well, I think it's bizarre to say you don't support genocide, but also in the same vein to say you understand. I don't understand any kind of genocide, nor do I support it. I think it's time to find a better way to resolve this conflict. And if a nation wants blood, they have to be the ones to sit down and they have to be reevaluated to look at what's the sinister reason that they want all that power. I don't agree with genocide, and I don't agree with the mass destruction, because at the end of the day, what do you really get? Casualties. You get broken societies, and then you get the primary is regime change from controls from another government. That's what this really is about. And that's just the reality of it all. So I don't understand it, and nor do I condone it. And that's my
Minister Farrakhan said that decades ago. I forget what the actual scenario was. He was saying, he said, we don't condone murder, but God damn it, I understand.
Minister Farrakhan can be a zealot at times, a very profound man, but he can be a very powerful zealot when it comes to what he wants.
A rebel rouser of sorts. But
yes, a rebel rouser.
Okay, so let's focus here for a second with regards to the ceasefire, which pretty much has fallen apart. I have some notes here, but I don't know if this is the actual ceasefire. Do you have anything with regards to the supposed 10-point plan that sticks out to you? I've got number 1, U.S. commitment to non-aggression. Number 2, continental Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz. Number 3, acceptance of Iran's uranium enrichment. Number 4, lifting all primary sanctions. Does that sound about right?
Actually, that is about right. But again, the deal is still on the table. Yeah. Nothing is etched in stone yet. And, with conflict, it changes every single day. What we have now and what we can have tomorrow could be two different things. Now, Pete Hegseth is talking about we're prepared to take on Iran if they do not comply. And those are his words. So, again, I think there are I stand firm with a lot of Donald Trump's decisions, and there's some decisions that I don't stand firm with. But I think he has the wrong people in his ear. Who is in his ear pushing him to continue this conflict? Who is in this ear? I never believed he wanted it. I believe it's the influence in the administration. There's a lot of powers. There's a lot of people pulling some strings behind the scenes that are in his ear. Pete Hegseth is one of them, and you have other prominent figures as well. So again, it's a kind of a chess game, moving the pieces at this point.
Well, those some of those things that I just read from the 10-point plan are not in favor of America at all. At all. And I think along with many other people, I don't know, the percentage, I think that we would rather see war than for our president to accept, even this type of 10-point plan and then agree to a ceasefire after he's made threats. Those threats are going to come back to haunt him. Do you think do you see an impeachment coming?
Well, they're already talking about impeachment. I mean, they've been talking about it for some time on the Democrat camp.
Yes,
but the reality. I mean, he's been impeached before. This is not new territory for Donald Trump. He's been impeached before. I don't think they want to enact the 25th Amendment. They want to push to have him actually removed from the office. I don't think that's going to happen. Again, we've been down this road before. But again, in war, it's a very unique experience to be in, especially if you're the nation that believes you're holding all the cards. And I don't think the Iranian government, the Iranian establishment is ready to really capitulate like most people are thinking that they are. Right. Again, this is something strategic, and you have to really understand the strategy of war to really put something in place to find a level of peace, if you will. And I don't think those people, that nation, that government is going to find some kind of go down quietly when their nation is being bombed and some kind of regime change that they don't agree with fully. That's what it sounds like to be enacted. So there's much more to come to this. And again, we're in midterm season, so this is disastrous.
Well, excuse me. President Trump has been impeached twice by the House of Representatives, making him the only U.S. federal official to be impeached twice. 2019 regarding the Ukraine dealings, and in 2021 regarding the January 6th Capitol attack. 3 strikes, it might be out.
No, I think he's too much of a real player of a president, and he's installed in there. He's not going anywhere. And who are we going to replace him with? J.D. Vance? Is that a guy that we're going to replace him with?
Well, how much time is left? How much time is left in his administration? I don't know the exact.
Well, he's got a little under 3 years left. He's got a little under 3 years yet, and as you know, in politics, 3 years can go by in the blink of an eye. Yeah. Especially if you're going, by the time you get to the midterms elections and beyond that, that's halfway there. And
can I ask you to hold on 1 second, number 9? Hold on a second. John Blaze, do you want to hold it? Do you want to join the conversation? I don't want to leave you on hold. John Blaze?
John Blaze on the check-in.
Do you want to join the conversation?
I wanted to join the conversation and support what Gene Richmond is actually referring to, and wanted to emphasize the fact that Israel's complicit participation in the destruction of not only the Middle East, but also the American democracy system itself. Now, Gene Richmond, I don't want to misconstrue anything what you're saying, but my interpretation of your thesis is the scrutiny of Israel and its doctrine is pretty much under the scrutiny, which is known as the Samson option, to which Starr also referred to. Now, the doctrine emerged back in Cold War era, and it came under renewed focus ever since Israel has been involved in this multi-front and all-out war in the Middle East. Now, previously, Iranian forces announced that they had attacked Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office with a hypersonic missile. And the fate of Benjamin Netanyahu right now is unclear. Now, the IRGC is not the only force that has ingrained in a fight that lasts pretty much almost 3 months now. Now, the issue is that Israel's strategic, they have this issue that's called Israel's strategic ambiguity over the nuclear weapon, and that is the Samson option. If Israel right now, fate is in the hands of anywhere in that Middle East, they're pretty much pushing a button and everybody is cooked. Everybody is cooked. Now, in 1979, the U.S. had surveillance satellites on Israel, and they detected a double flash of light in the Indian Ocean, midway between Africa and Antarctica, that appeared to be consistent with the detonation of a nuclear weapon. So this is a double. They have the nuclear weapon. This is the international double standard. You know, because India had to suffer widespread economic and technological sanctions in their aftermath of their nuclear test back in 1998. So here we are with Israel performing the same option, to which they do have nuclear weapons. Israel officials did not explicitly discuss the country's nuclear doctrine, but the country still needs the implicity of a signal. They're trying to signal these circumstances to which if our country is at the hands of anyone in the Middle East, this is referring to the biblical doctrine, which is the Samson option, and that's to nuke every single Middle Eastern country in that region. Now, you think you can go to Jordan and be safe. You're not safe anywhere in that country. So I just wanted to add on to that conversation to Gene Richmond, because he is correct. He is correct. Israel is complicit. Israel does have this option, to which they will use that option, which the strategic ambiguity over the nuclear weapons that they have will destroy not just the Middle East, but our black asses as well in the United States. And that's via AIPAC and the lobbyists that work on behalf of Benjamin Netanyahu and the small hat. So, hey, I just wanted to land my plane right there.
Stay there. Gene Richmond, do you want to respond? I got time tonight.
Well, he's actually correct. The Samson option, also known as Doomsday, has always been the card that the Zionist nation has the ability to play. Netanyahu has said himself, we're ready to use full force by any means necessary, if necessary. He's ahead of a regime that doesn't mind eliminating nations around other nations to get to what they want. The Zionist state, I believe, wants full domination of that region. Again, I'm not an anti-Semite. I don't promote it at any way, but I can speak to what a nation desires and what the leader of the nation desires for them. It's complete control and complete dominance of the region, and they want to be backed by their big brother. That's the United States government. That's a lot of these lobbyists, and that's a lot of the special interest group that pays and puts money in to fund war. And we understand that we are at the most unique level of conflict right now, and they have an edge. They have an ability to say, hey, this isn't going our way, and we just got to push one button, and all hell breaks loose. So, yes, this is some very unique time, and we're at a very unique place where we have we're supporting a so-called ally of ours that has the ability to go score story at this point. Yeah. And it's a very unique place to be in.
Yeah. John Blaze, you have the final word, sir.
And I wanted to chime in and follow up on what Gene Richmond is saying, to which is complete facts. Now, the Samson option, it invokes the final act of a suicide murder on the behalf of Israel. It conveys that Israel could use nuclear weapons if it had been defeated militarily in any conventional war. Now, the doctrine message is actually clear. If Israel is brought to the edge of collapse, it will ensure that its enemies fall along with it, much like Russia's dead hands that they have in place. And this doctrine suggests that the total annihilation remains a valid option. The doctrine is in stark contrast with the no first use policy of some nuclear states, such as China and India, and they say United States itself. So I just wanted to chime in. Gene Richmond, you're a real one, and I appreciate this conversation.
Thank you, John Blaze.
Salute to both of y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Number 9, before you go, I say this with all due respect. You're a father. You're a father. You saw the video with the little black girl and the seal, and she was making it do turns and swirls. It had to touch you. It had to touch you. Come on.
Well, you know, I think in a world of niggerdom, niggas are out of control.
Number 9.
And no, I'm not gonna disparage what I saw. I'm not gonna disparage what I saw. I think moments like that, it create lighthearted moments for us. Yeah. But let's not be swayed that niggas are running. These young niggas are running in the street. They're wilding. They're violent. Brandon Johnson of Chicago was a liar. They say the kids are just kids that are looking to have a good time. Brandon Johnson, you're a liar out of Chicago. These black kids are running roughshod all over the place, wilding and riding and things of that nature. Now,
what about the video? The video. Come on.
It's good to see a young kids to do something so endearing and lovely. It pulls at the heartstrings. But let's not be deterred here that these young niggas are out of control. Right. Brandon Johnson, you're a goddamn liar. You're a goddamn liar if you listen to this and what you're doing.
Okay. All right.
And also, I just want to know, where do I send the flowers for Janet's memorial?
Okay. Good to talk to you. Number 9.
God bless you.